Welcome everyone to the Quit Stalling Geekcast. I am your host. My name is Herald Silvestre, and I'm welcoming you to the Quit Stalling Media Studio. It's a fun Sunday afternoon, and it's a fine Saturday night, Sunday midnight over in America. But here we go. I've been waiting all week for this. I waited 2 weeks for this because last week we weren't able to have a show. But this week we're back in action. We're talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. No, we're not. We're talking about Invincible. We're talking about Mortal Kombat. And we're talking, of course, about Star Wars' The Bad Batch. So you guys better stick around, because me and this guy I'm about to introduce are talking about all that and more. Let's get to him, ladies and gentlemen. He's known to his grasshoppers as the sensei of humor from the far, far west. It's Derek O'Brien. How you doing, Derek?
What is up, my grasshoppers? How y'all doing? Man, everybody. Like Harold said, you guys heard that lineup. We had crazy news today. Aside from other little things, you guys, Marvel news included. Oh, man.
Oof.
You guys, it's going to be a very, very exciting bit of news today, and I hope everybody can contribute and let us know your guys' thoughts, too. I'm just excited to be here today. Yeah, we didn't have a show last week, so I'm definitely missing Harold's voice, miss chatting with you guys, so I cannot wait to get into it. And I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited.
Oh, DZ's here, too. DZ's here, too.
Diego!
Oh, Diego. Diego. I miss you, man. I miss you. Me and DZ are whipping a little sum up, Derek, since we always start the show with...
Good thing not out. I thought that's where that was going for a second. Like, oh, tell me more.
Tell me more. No, since we always start the show off talking about what we've been up to, I want to open this up to the chat as well as we always do. Guys, what have you been up to? Let us know. All right, yes. Me and DZ, Derek, we've been whipping up some creative content for a little game here. So I think we'll be able to talk about that real soon. I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but we have something in the works because we also haven't had Game Bite in a couple of weeks. We've been on an unscheduled hiatus, so we're ramping up for a big rest of the year. So that's one of the things we're working on is content for a new project that we've been blessed. We've been blessed to partake in.
Right, and, exactly.
Yeah, it's been super fun. Aside from that, I also got to partake in a super fun advanced screening of Love, Death, and Robots yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I didn't know this was I knew this was a thing, right? I thought that this was something that only how do I put this? That only people on freaking like journalistic websites and all that could get invites to, but the guys over at Netflix and Love, Death, and Robots and that crew were nice enough to like send out a link for people to register and go to like an advanced screening of season 2 of volume 2 of Love, Death, and Robots.
I think they just knew how amazing our reviews were, even though we didn't finish. They knew, like, damn, all right, this time we're gonna give these guys early access so they can see it all early.
They deserve it.
They deserve to watch this early.
All they said was good stuff about it. All right, so
yeah, right.
So here's a little screenshot of what the interface looked like. So it was kind of just like watching a Twitch stream, because there was a chat on the side. I don't know if I have there was chat on the side, and I could see other people like live reacting with their names, and
very cool.
To make sure that people wouldn't record without shame, there's like a little watermark if you see like right above the head of the creator of Love, Death, and Robots. It says prepared for Herald Silvestre. So if you record it, people will know who to shame.
That's actually, I do see that. That's funny. That is funny.
Well, let me try and zoom in a little bit. See, it says prepared.
Right, there you go. For shame. For shame, exactly. If someone does it, that's funny. Very smart, actually. Very smart.
Really cool. It's really cool. So, it was really fun. They premiered everything one at a time, like one by one. And it was cool. You know, it's a Netflix virtual screening, as you guys can see if you're watching the video feed of the podcast right now. And it felt exclusive, right? Even though they kind of opened this up to Reddit and they had a limited amount of slots for signing up. So I kind of like rushed and then forgot about it because I was doing it in the middle of work.
Right.
It felt exclusive. It felt like, okay, they're bringing in some of the big fans to get an early access to stuff. And it's these kinds of events that I think really connect these bigger names, these bigger productions to the fans. And that's kind of tough to do these days, right? Because, you know, it's so easy to see stuff as publicity stunts. This just felt like cool. I was just like, yeah,
dude, it's so awesome, man.
It's 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I barely have my eyes open. I don't even have the lights on, but my laptop is on my lap, and I get to watch like an advanced screening of this, and it just felt awesome. It felt
That's
great.
so cool, man.
And it's something that, you know, growing up in the Philippines, Derek, I never got to experience advanced screenings because usually we'd get stuff late.
Right.
So, yeah.
Except Star Wars, you guys lucky.
We did get Star Wars ahead of you.
Yeah, you guys did get Star Wars before like everybody else. I was so sad about that.
Because of the Metro Manila Film Festival, you know, thank you.
But all that money, like, you know, Star Wars, gotta have that.
You have to have the Star Wars before.
Star Wars, huh?
Not after. You know, so, yeah.
Before, not after, huh?
Yeah.
You thought you could pew us, huh? No.
So this was cool. And
yeah, that's so awesome.
I'm glad I got to do this. So there wasn't too much different about it, aside from the fact that the creator was saying that him and the crew were watching live, and it was a bit of a like, oh, we hope you guys enjoy this. It was like a nice little preamble before they showed everything else, and then yeah, it was awesome.
Right.
I hope they do this more. God, my lips are so dry. I can see it on camera. I hope they do this more. And it's
definitely
awesome. It's super awesome. DZ in the chat says pew pew us.
Pew pew us.
And good afternoon to you too, Chakrazel in the chat. How you doing, man?
What's
up? Yeah, it was a super cool experience being able to see that advanced screening of Love, Death, and Robots, and I can't wait for other people to watch all 8 episodes next week. It was only 8 episodes, dude.
Oh no! Why?
But if I could tell you one thing, Derek, without pre-blowing anyone's minds or without spoiling anything, tighter, paced, and no filler episodes, as far as I'm concerned. So,
okay. Well, I mean, the other one didn't have fillers though either, right?
I mean, the last one felt like there was some that were not as interesting, I think, is what I
think. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
Like, the fact that, I guess, maybe COVID restrictions were a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And this will be something more we'll talk about next week when we review Love, Death, and Robots' 8 episodes.
Yes.
Is a lot of them were made by Blur Studios, who were the people behind cinematic trailers for World of Warcraft, some of the best Star Wars content with Star Wars The Old Republic trailers.
Okay. Wow.
So, amazing
Very
stuff.
Cool. Yeah,
amazing.
Okay. That's very cool then.
So
that's
I can't wait for everyone to see it. We're talking about Invincible in just a little bit, so stick around for that.
Yes.
Right now we're talking about... let me bring it up on speed again, because it's just so cool to see it. Right now we're talking about... Or we were just talking about the Love, Death, and Robots special advanced premiere yesterday, so it was super fun. But guys, let us know what else you've been up to. All right, I know people were, I think Francis was messaging in chat earlier what he was doing. DZ said SNL was garbage. DZ, what about Saturday Night Live? We're talking about, or is that like some, Derek, is SNL also an acronym for an anime? Sunday Night
Lovers.
Lagushi.
Sensei
Night Live.
Sensei not loser. No, I'm not.
Definitely not. So guys, let us know what you've been up to. Derek, I'm gonna
Elon
ask you.
hosted, he said. There you go.
Okay. He's not in the best graces of the people these days. Oh, shout out to my boy Nick Droid in the chat.
Yo.
Nick Droid, it's been like 3 years since I last saw you. Where have you been? Miss you too. I miss you too. How have you been? Dude? Are you still on that grind? I hope you are. Let's see. DZ said everyone banked on Doge to pump, and then it dropped by 30%. DZ's been investing in stocks, Derek. If that wasn't made clear.
Stonks.
Stonks. Some of them stonks, buddy. So that's what's been up with DZ. DZ. Derek, you've been watching Wolf Girl Baby's streams for drawing? Is that right?
Oh no, she mentioned on my stream that she drew something and she sent it over and asked what I thought about it. It was very good, very awesome.
Ooh,
very awesome stuff.
Tight. Well, Francis has been binging Apex because he got a new computer recently.
He has.
And thank you for the host, Nick Droid. Francis has also been making music. Dude, and the best part, he's been doing therapy once every 2 weeks. Dude, that's sick. Get your mental health pump on. All right. I can't say this enough on the Geekcast. Get your mental health in the right order because that's equally as important as your physical health. All right. Your physical health, just as equally as important. So yeah.
I believe it is Mental Health Awareness Month. I believe as well.
Is May Mental Health Awareness Month?
I think it is.
Ooh.
I believe it is.
Okay.
So
good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah.
Okay, Derek. Aside from leaving me out of your video game nights, what else have you been up to?
Pretty much that's been it, man. Just a lot of gaming. Still doing the Phasmophobia.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I played anything new except Pokemon Snap. I started that last Saturday.
How's that?
I will say it is expensive, but man, if you're a lover of Pokemon, it's worth every penny. I played it for like an hour, and I already thought it was worth it. In that like 1 little hour I played, I was like, man, teared me up, man. Nostalgic. It's just like you're like, oh my god, well, it's over there. Oh. So it's very, very good game. I enjoy it, but other than that, I've just been kind of writing the stuff we're talking about tonight, like the Invincible stuff, Mortal Kombat, and of course the Bad Batch is out now, so we got another weekly show to be happy about. So I'm very excited about that. So not too much. I have been playing Apex offline as well with Joe. Francis, we keep inviting Francis, but he keeps saying he's shy.
He doesn't want you to tank his SR.
We're all gods, okay? Everyone in the world is just good. Just Francis, okay?
Stop tanking Francis's SR, man. Come on. He played with you once and he was like, oh god, losing streak.
Yeah, Joe's right. Said they saw Meganium and lost crap. I did. It was like so beautiful, and I was like, "Go freaking out, man."
So let's go into Pokemon Snap real quick.
Yeah.
Part of the appeal of the game is you get to see Pokemon in natural environments that the RPGs don't necessarily get to give you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
and I know the argument is it's $60 to take pictures of Pokemon. I get that. But like, see, for me and people that played it, it's just, dude, just seeing it, it's just it warms your heart. It's just it's adorable. And it's the nostalgia factor, and oh man, I loved every bit of it. That's just me. I mean, I know some people, it's not for everybody, but
Derek, I would argue that people pay equal, if not more, money to travel and take pictures of real life animals in real life.
Yeah.
And even in just zoos. So,
yeah,
seeing Pokemon.
That's true.
Seeing Pokemon in their natural environment, enriching your creative brain, expanding the world of Pokemon is for me. I mean, I haven't gotten the chance to play Pokemon Snap yet, but for me, I think it's worth it. Anecdotally, I would say it's totally worth it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Let's see. Joe Mike says, I want to play Overwatch with y'all, but Harold doesn't want to carry.
Harold carries all of us. Honestly,
what?
Man.
I'm terrible. What you talking about, man? Francis says, yes.
Y'all seen Harold play Widow? Oh my god.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Okay, he says.
I see, because that's the thing. I've never actually shown my hit scan gameplay on stream.
Oh.
So I'm all right. I'm all right, Derek. Don't pre-blow anyone's mind. I'm okay.
Oh, it's pre-blown now. So.
Francis says, let's get that 60 kill Tracer, man. It's a long time ago, man. It's a long time ago. That's when Pulse Bomb was super good. Let's see. Oh, Shakrazal says he's got a backlog of indie games and he's been tinkering with his stream overlays. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff.
Nice.
How's that been going? Wolf Girl Baby says, Harold, I follow you on Instagram. Appreciate it. Hope you don't get turned off by all the sweat that's been going on recently, girlfriend. It's a lot of sweat. It's a lot of sweat. Yeah. Let's see. What else is the chat saying? Joe Mike says, y'all need a McCree or a Hanzo. I got you. Oh, man, for sure. Let's do it.
We need to run. Yeah, we need to do that. We still need to get that going.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
And
that'll be fun.
I think the biggest issue is having to adjust for ping, because you guys are in in America and we're in the Philippines. So like that's why I haven't actually also been able to play too much hit scan when I play with you. Like if you've noticed, I usually play a healer or a tank when I play with you guys.
Right. Yeah, I do notice. Yeah,
and I just start yelling, "Dang no! Help me down!
Help me!
But yeah, Derek, let's try and crank this out early. Maybe we could get a couple of games going before we end the night. We tried to do it last time on the show, but we ended kind of late. So let's see if we can do that today.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, let's see if we can do that today. All right. Guys, keep letting us know what you've been up to in the chat, and we'll keep reading it out. Appreciate you guys. All right.
Appreciate you guys.
Has anyone else said? DZ, I know you've been busy with work. What else have you been up to, man? Let us know, guys. Let us know. Let us know. Joe Mike says Monday's Resident Evil stream might be delayed. Game hasn't been loading up, and it's dude, what's is it your download? Is it corrupted? What's going on, Joe? What's going on?
Too much cuteness from Lady D. Lady D.
She's 8 feet tall and
and a whole lot of woman.
She's a brick. Ow. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about the news. Where's this? I can never find my soundboard anymore. What happened?
All right, I got this.
You got it? Wait, let me turn on the music. Okay.
I got this. Hi, yes. Hi, see. Good news, everyone.
It's the news, and the news is brought to you by Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar. That's right, people. Head on over to Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar at 713 Mission Avenue, Suite A, Oceanside, California, if you're on the West Coast. Because that is where you can get your comic book fix. At the same time, get your coffee fix as well. Get a pastry while you're at it. And if you're worried about COVID protocols, they are too. Get your stuff delivered straight to your door. Derek, how can people at home get Panels Comics straight to them wherever they are in America?
How you guys can get that is heading on over to leagueofcomicgeeks.com for those watching right now on Twitch. I'm going to send that link, inside the chat. Once again, for those possibly listening to the audio, that is leagueofcomicgeeks.com. It's super friendly website, guys. All you got to do, go on the website, make a profile, choose your closest comic book store, or you can do what I did. I live all the way up in Washington, and I use Panels Comic Book Coffee as my store from California. I actually recently just got my comics, so I'm very excited to start getting into those. But guys, the website is awesome. You can pull one issue at a time. You can pull several of them, and they can send it up to you. They reach out to you. It's very, very user friendly, super cool. You can see trending topics. You can see the hottest things coming out. Super awesome. Once again, guys, that is leagueofcomicgeeks.com. Head on over, make your account, and start pulling them comics, baby. Let's get it.
That's right, and support our friends over Panels while you're at it. They're great people. People. Derek, always an amazing ad read from you. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Thank you.
You try, and it pays off.
Green Giant helped out for sure. all that radio training, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Derek,
right.
Let's get into some pretty big and pretty epic news that came out over the past week or so.
Yes.
It started off with a little montage, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's Stan Lee's voice. Oh no, Marvel's just cashing in on the nostalgia. Yeah. But the more this video played, the more hype I got.
Turned me up, man. Yeah. God damn, man. Stan Lee's voice gets you.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we got a little video drop recently called Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movies. And, you know, first you're like, okay, they're just talking about how they miss people going to the cinemas and giving them money, as you would in their position. But Derek, one of the cool parts about this was at the end, or midway through.
Yes.
Midway through, we got a little look at some interesting stuff after this, after the usual Marvel Studios title card. And what did we get, Derek? What did we get?
We got a little sneak peek of the upcoming movies, namely Marvel's Phase 4. We got clips from Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, of course, the movie coming out September. And we got, not only that, guys, we got titles and release dates for all the upcoming movies in this Phase 4. You had Ant-Man and the Wasp. You have Thor: Love and Thunder. You have Spider-Man: Far From Home. You have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Man, dude, I'm pretty sure there's a couple I've missed, but damn, the list was insane. Like, epic. I was like, man, I did not expect them to be this, like, you know, prepped. Like, I mean, all fingers crossed. Let's hope there's no pushes and delays, you know?
So yeah, like you mentioned, Derek, we got Love and Thunder, Far From Home.
There we go.
No, not Far From Home. No Way Home, Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, which we'll go into these one by one.
That's what I missed.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. These are all super epic. Guardians, May 2023. Caught me by surprise because you don't normally announce a movie 2 years in advance. And then I was like,
2 years, right?
This is Marvel.
Right.
They got this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They're giving us.
And I'm pretty hyped. You know.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
First of all, Derek, before we get into the nitty gritty stuff, we all knew the Black Widow was going to come out July 9. It was their final rescheduling, one of the more recent ones.
Yes.
So we don't want to dwell too much on that. We'll talk about that when the movie releases, right?
Yes, excited to watch that for sure.
Oh, for sure, dude. Especially Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, September
Oh my God,
3.
I can't wait.
That stuff
so good, man.
Is amazing. We talked about that last episode too.
We did.
One of the newer ones, and you know, we got a little hype footage for was the Eternals.
Yes,
dude. November 5. I knew about the Eternals because their comic, they're kind of like revamped into the modern zeitgeist. Came out around the time I was collecting Marvel Civil War, the first Marvel Civil War comic arc, and I always saw like the title and the trade paperback in the background. And I was like, oh, that's really cool font. I wonder what it's about. You know, this was the early days of Wikipedia, so you didn't get too much information about it yet.
Right.
And you know, I was like, okay, it's about aliens, I guess. And what little we've seen looks super cool to me. And that's, I don't want to speculate too much because, you know, I don't want to be that kind of guy that just analyzes every little thing. That's
right. I hear you.
But what we have seen is what, from my opinion, what we should have gotten with the Inhumans, with Black Bolt and all those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful for this. I'm actually super hopeful for this.
Yeah, same. It looks good. Like the cinematography alone in this sneak peek looks beautiful. Like the shots look really just massive and the places look beautiful. Angelina Jolie still looking fine. God damn. Yeah, interesting. And see, like, I'm more excited too because I'm not too familiar with the Eternals. So I'm very excited to see and learn and finally get my, you know, jump in to the comic and everything around Eternals. So it looks very exciting.
Kumail Nanjiani looking ridiculously ripped.
Right? Seriously.
He went from Dinesh to this. He went from Dinesh to dinner, please.
Oh, he definitely did. God damn.
Oh man, it's excellent, and I'm glad that, you know, people in the casting, in Marvel's casting crew, still nailing it after all these years. That's probably one of the biggest components of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the casting has been so great. You know, no one. I rewatched a lot of the Endgame behind the scenes stuff recently, and you know, they went into it like no one wanted to insure Robert Downey Jr. when they first got him as Iron Man, and that almost we almost didn't get him for the role, and look what happens now. He's the most recognizable star these days. So we talked about this briefly, Derek, in our private chat. No Way Home, no footage there, even though it's December.
Sad.
We talked about this, Derek. I think it's appropriate, or I thought it was appropriate because I'm expecting a big reveal trailer later on.
Me too.
Were you disappointed though that we didn't get any new looks?
I would say yes, but we did have that like little kind of mini teaser. I don't think it was like a movie thing, but didn't they have those? I believe we talked about it a couple months ago. Okay. They had those like screenshots, right, of like each of the actors in front of the No Way Home, but there was like little hints in the background of what it, right? So we had that. So that was kind of and of course the rumor that's been floating around that all the Spideys maybe, you know, coming together. So that, I think that's enough for me. I'm huge fan of Spider-Man, so I'm excited and I can wait. You know, I'm just happy that it's around my birthday, man. Like, oh yeah. What a treat. I can't wait.
What a
treat. Know, it's funny because my brother's birthday is in May, and that's usually like the Marvel movie days is May.
Oh yeah, the summer blockbuster.
April, May, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But you know, I get the December movies. That's cool. I'll take Star Wars and Spider-Man. Sure. Why not?
We also got Multiverse of Madness coming. I like this title card. It's very mystical. You get a little hint to the Scarlet Witch, which we've been told has a lot to do with this movie. We got some hints about it during the WandaVision series, where she might be bigger than we think, right? She's powerful, we know that, but there might be more behind that power than we think. So the fact that we have to wait a year, I'm okay with, because we got so much coming this year already.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, especially with the after WandaVision, like, I want to know what's happening, you know, and it's gotta wait a year, guys. Sad.
That's fine. That's fine. You know.
Fine.
They're keeping us busy. You know. They're keeping us wanting
They're
more.
keeping it. Yeah, exactly. They're keeping us busy. Good job, Marvel.
Oh, dude, heck yeah! All right, Love and Thunder, May 6th, 2022. These movies are just coming like one after another. I'm worried that we'll get a drought after, and I hope we don't. I hope they kind of keep this churning and keep giving us consistent content versus like they drop everything these next 2 years and we get another year off kind of a thing. I hope that they keep the pace up. I'm excited because we revealed the other episode that Natalie Portman's jacked now.
Dude, yeah, I remember we saw that like that like photo last week or like a couple weeks ago. God, damn.
Protein amidala. Like,
yeah. Oh God, it's like, dude, if she was that buff in the movies, like Senator Padme. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're good.
I'm sorry. Whatever you want. You have to refer to me as Jack Swan now.
Yeah, Jack Swan. That's right. Oh Lord, man.
I love the commitment because for a while, I thought we wouldn't get Natalie Portman in any of these movies again, and now she's like 100%. She's working out. She's committed to the role as Thor. So I can't wait. I wonder how Mjolnir will play in all of this because last we saw Mjolnir, it was evaporated by or disintegrated by Hela, and
Hela, yeah.
And the Endgame Mjolnir was from the past that Captain America had to return.
Yeah,
so,
right. Who knows where Jonathan's at this point?
Mew.
I tell Jonathan because I don't know if you saw that interview. They interviewed the cast members, right?
Is that Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd goes, Jonathan?
like they were asking all the cast members, like, how do you pronounce this?
Right?
And it said Mjolnir on screen, and they were just like, Mjolnir? I think it's Mjolnir, right? And then you just hear Paul Rudd shaking his head like, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. I love Paul Rudd.
Dude, Paul Rudd is a gem. I can't believe he's 50 years old. Man. I really can't.
Dude, I know. He looks great, man. Mm-hmm. And speaking of Paul Rudd, having the Ant-Man and Wasp, the Quantum
Mania.
Quantum Mania. Damn.
Yeah, everything's quantum.
2 years away, though. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm hoping, I feel like, though, like, since, like, Endgame and Infinity War, they have been putting little here and there people from other movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like in Civil War, right? You brought Ant-Man in, and I hope they do that in these other movies. Like, just let us get a little, let's see what's going on in their lives a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see our new Captain America. You know what I'm saying?
Cycling back, Derek. Circling back. Sorry. Francis said he's excited for Multiverse of Madness, and if they'll stick to the comics with. Oh wait, are we talking about Multiverse, Francis, with her and Falcon being together? Are we talking about Multiverse here? I don't know. I think he's talking about Lady Thor. Lady Thor.
Oh.
And I didn't know they had a relationship. I ship it.
Not either.
I ship it. Captain America and Thor. I'm down for that. I'm down. Yeah, he's confirming. Yeah, no, it was Thor. Okay.
As Thor said, Jane's better.
Oh my God.
Jane's better. I love it.
Wakanda Forever, Derek. I love this title. Man. Me love this, and it can imply so many things.
Right.
I already started firing off in my brain. I don't know if you did the same thing. I was like, are they gonna go through how the people is it gonna be a movie centered around the Wakandan people and how they deal with the loss versus another typical Marvel action movie? Are they gonna maybe branch out and open up? Is this the movie where they open up their technology to the world and we see the impact of that? Right. Because I'm down for a non-traditional superhero movie, like we always seem to get every other Marvel movie with. Right.
Right.
Right. Are we going to just see Shuri in the background or M'Baku kind of earn the title slowly as we, see more of the effect of the loss of T'Challa to Wakanda? I want to see everything.
And I mean, honestly, there's an IGN piece that came out not too long after this. They didn't spoil much or say much, but it was about kind of the reshaping of how the movie was going to go with T'Challa, because as we all know, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman passed away. Mm-hmm. They said they didn't give much, but they did say they're trying to make it where they can continue the story, but also give a big tribute off to Chadwick. So I thought that was amazing. So just hearing that alone, I'm just excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, man. I think that was a director, Ryan Coogler, who you're talking about. That was talking about this. And, man, that guy deserves more. I feel like
he does, man.
He already gets a lot of praise these days for his talent. But Ryan Coogler, man, as much as we give Chadwick Boseman credit for bringing Black Panther on the big screen, we give Kevin Feige a lot of credit. Ryan Coogler, man, is just as responsible for the impact of the first Black Panther movie and how big of an icon T'Challa and Chadwick became.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
yeah,
dude,
100% agree.
Whatever he has planned, I have full faith.
Yeah, same. I'm just really excited. Sadly, I have to wait a little longer, but
there's no date on this, right? There's no date on Wakanda.
There is a date, I believe. 2022. Okay. Not too bad.
I'm okay with that.
About a year away. It's all right. We can wait.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
they're pacing it out nice, so yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, I'm saying they're pacing it out nice, so we don't get a huge long break. You know what I mean? So
for sure. And I'm sure they'll have stuff in between too, on Disney Plus. So could probably excite us even more.
Please.
The Marvels, dude. Okay, this one I messaged you about right away too, because this was supposed to be initially Captain Marvel 2. And now, supposedly, we're getting a little more. So, if you guys can see the title card on the video feed, the Marvels, most of the letters are spelled out with Captain Marvel's font and stylization. But in the A, we see the Photon/Spectrum logo. So, we can assume that Monica Rambeau will be part of this movie.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
And then we see the S of Ms. Marvel, who's getting her own Disney Plus show. So, 100%. She's going to be in this as well.
Yes.
What do you think,
dude?
Jay? How do you feel about this?
I think that's exciting, actually, man. Girl power, dude, go for it. I think it's so awesome. And I'm actually really excited for Kamala just because my weeb side, I really like Luffy in One Piece too, so and she's like getting extended and she's basically rubber.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was actually something unexpected. I didn't think this was going to happen. I was the same as you. I'm like, oh, they're probably going to do Miss Marvel 2 or Captain Marvel 2. Then you look at it, you're like, wait. This is everybody in here. And then you remember Monica from WandaVision. You're like, oh man, they could just do a lot. So I'm very excited just because I have no idea what they're going to possibly do. and
That's
it's
right.
like exciting. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Two big
100%.
things I'm excited for the Marvel's storyline is how does Kamala play into this? How do we see her inspired by Carol? Do they have direct contact, which I assume they would for a movie about the Marvels? And two, Derek,
Right.
how do Carol and Monica deal with the loss of Monica's mom, who was Carol's best friend? And
that's
the fact that Carol's been off planet this whole time, saving other people, and not really being, like, as we saw from WandaVision, she's had no contact with Monica. Like,
yeah, there seems to be some, like, unspoken, I don't want to say hatred, but it seems like
tension.
resentment, maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely resentment. That's a good
Right.
word.
So,
She
interesting
came
to
back.
see.
She came back to fight Thanos, but didn't even get to say hi to Monica.
Right.
I want to see that play out.
Right. I know. I'm excited. I'm
Francis in the chat says, "How did they deal with the loss of Monica's mom? Punches their way through." God damn it!
Damn.
I mean, superhero's gonna superhero, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right. So we got a couple more. Let's go through these real quick. Quantumania we already talked about. I want to see more of Evangeline Lilly and Paul Rudd's chemistry. It's just. There's nothing else to say. Those two were surprising for me personally to see them work so well together, and I want to see more.
Oh, you mean Kate? You mean Kate?
Kate from
You mean
Lost?
Kate, right? No way. You said Angelina Jolie, I think.
Evangeline Lilly.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Yeah, sorry. I heard Evangeline. Yes. Fun fact too. I actually read that they recasted, right, the daughter. So.
Oh yeah. Cassie Lang is recast.
The girl from Pokemon Detective. I forget her actress name. But also in that Freaky Friday movie with Vince Vaughn. But it's the.
The one that no one watched.
I watched it. It was all right. I thought it was pretty funny.
Okay.
I did watch it. It was pretty funny, actually. But yeah, it's if you guys probably more familiar with her in Pokemon Detective. Or
the
Detective
blonde
Pikachu,
girl, right?
excuse me. Yeah, she was the female, like the second, I guess, main character. She was in there quite a bit.
What's her name?
So yes, they're. I read the tweet from the previous actress, and it was kind of sad, man. Like, I guess she wasn't really prepared for it, and was just like, I was excited to work with Marvel, but they unfortunately said they wanted to go different ways, and that was it. So maybe I'll see them in the future.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that actress from Endgame, because she was
Newton is her name.
Catherine Newton. Thank you, because that girl, I gotta get the actress name, but she was in Blended with Adam Sandler, and she was the daughter Espen.
Oh, the original Cassie Lang. I mean, the original.
Yeah, the original Cassie Lang from Endgame, and I was excited because I thought she played good, and that scene with her and Paul Rudd is very emotional. It was nice.
She said, "Dad, dude, that got me."
Yeah, I know. See, I'm like, oh, but things happen, so what can you do?
Francis says, "Are we talking about Lindsay Lohan? Different Freaky Friday."
Yeah, different Freaky Friday.
Oh man. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, May 5, 2023. This one is a bit of a time jump in terms of when it's releasing, but it's actually kind of tight. James Gunn talked about this on Twitter, where when you have everything basically CG, it's a short amount of time to pump out a movie on May 5, especially since I think they haven't even started shooting yet.
Right.
So
I can't remember. Did James Gunn, is he finishing this or no?
Hell yes, brother. Batista's back because of that.
Okay, that's
we're
good.
Also
that's
getting
good.
the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special like the year before.
Oh, let's go. That's okay. That's awesome. Awesome.
It's excellent. So yeah, man. I guess Disney begged for forgiveness.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Good on you, Disney. Good on you.
Yeah. And this is the biggest part, Derek. We got the Phase 4 logo, but is it just a Phase 4 logo, Derek?
Right?
Oh my gosh, I'm asking the chat too. All right,
yeah,
DZ even said it earlier. He said, "Fantastic 4 question mark." All right.
Right.
Because
I mean, right here, I don't see no phase behind that. I mean, that looks like a 4. Looks like just a 4 to me. That looks exactly like the Fantastic Four.
It's got to be, Derek.
Please, man.
I feel like sometime in 2023, after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we're getting a Fantastic Four movie, because that is gonna be enough, I think, as well, of a lead time to produce a Fantastic Four movie.
Right.
So, yeah, Francis said Fox IPs. Let's go. Francis was asking us earlier, how will they introduce the Fox IPs? You know, maybe the Eternals will have something to do with mutants. Maybe not. Maybe Quantum Mania will. Maybe not. Maybe the Multiverse of Madness will have something to do with it.
As much as a tease as Quicksilver was in WandaVision, that was a little bit of a dip, I think, in that. So a little feet dip, a little toe dip into that dimension,
little pinky
which
toe,
I like.
Little pinky toe in.
Little pinky toe, which I like. So bring it on. And I think, honestly, if you think about it, it's actually really good because, Wanda's whole thing is she doesn't really know how she got her powers, right?
Yeah.
Like, come in. Oh, Wanda, you're a mutant. Like, oh, it all makes sense now, right? Like, see, they're playing it smart, slow and steady.
And then maybe the stone
just Marvel.
Brought it out sooner, or like kind of enhanced what she already.
Right. I see you, Marvel. I see what you're doing there.
I still want to see Aaron Taylor Johnson just one more time. Give a little closure for how.
Yes. Yes. Me too.
One more time.
I'm with Francis though. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. I really want that to happen too. There have been the rumors. I really hope it works.
Okay. Is it wrong for me to say, Derek, while we're on this topic, before we finish up, is it wrong for me to say I love John Krasinski and I wanted to be Mr. Fantastic, but I'd also be okay if Emily Blunt wasn't Sue Storm?
Yeah, that's okay to say. I mean, it's just saying that you have bad taste, but sure. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, yeah, dude, like, I think a part of me just likes. Oh God, I think a part of me just likes the fact because they're married and in the right. It's like it's a thing they have to do in Fantastic Four since they are together. It's like easy, but yeah, I agree. There could be lots of invisible girls, I'm sure. Same for John Krasinski. I love John Krasinski.
Yeah.
It's just that hearing those rumors, you just like, damn it. Now I'm just gonna want this to happen.
Yeah,
like,
man. I feel like if they don't go with John Krasinski,
it's like the Rosario Dawson thing. We all heard those rumors, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, now it has to happen.
Yeah.
It did. So thank God. But yeah,
I feel like,
it might not.
A lot of people will be disappointed if it isn't John Krasinski. It's like when people were like, why isn't Mephisto in WandaVision?
Right.
Something everyone made up. But
I mean, I mentioned on the show too. I kind of didn't. I knew that was going to happen. Like Disney doesn't really delve into the religious part. Like that's kind of pushing a little bit there, and you got to be careful, right? Like especially how big Marvel and Disney is. You can't politics and religion. They're very good with veering.
Yeah.
So
kind of not.
Mephisto's like literally the devil. So got to be careful for sure. But yeah,
Francis said Sue Storm could be cast as Emily Blunt, but she could be invisible the whole time for Harold's consideration. No, I'm not saying I don't like Emily Blunt. I'm just saying I'd be okay if it was John
someone
else,
else,
and
right,
someone
right.
else.
Like John Krasinski and John Cena would work. John and John, perfect.
John Krasinski and Dave Bautista, in a secondary role.
Right.
Just stay perfectly still so that you'd be
imagine
invisible to the human eye.
Right. I just imagine with the audition, they're both literally standing side by side. And they're like, that's the audition. All right, you're invisible, girl. You got it. But who are you talking about? Which one? You can't see us.
Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, all I'm saying is like what I feel like I have to defend myself.
No, you're fine.
I just feel like John Krasinski feels like a must-have, and Emily Blunt would be a cherry on top. But I'd also be okay with a different actress along with John Krasinski.
Right. I mean, screw it. Bring Chris Evans back. Human Torch. Why not?
Dude, I swear, if we get like a multiverse fight scene, Chris Evans has to like show up really briefly as
right.
Johnny Storm. That's got
right.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, let's
All right.
let's recompose ourselves.
Yes.
That was excellent, dude. I can't wait. So much from Marvel.
Yes.
Only they, in the history of cinema, have been able to pull off something like this, and they've earned our goodwill all the way.
They're killing it, man.
Derek, I have a little bit of news. This one isn't as big as the other stuff we've been talking about, because who can compete with Marvel, right?
Right.
The Flintstones. Who are you? Did you grow up on the Flintstones like I did?
Oh yeah, grew up on the Flintstones. Grew up on the Flintstones vitamins. Everything.
Gosh, yes. I forgot about that. Oh man, the chewable dude. I ate too many vitamins because they were so chewable and tasty. Oh my god.
Right.
That was the plan. That was their
Oh
plan.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Flintstones getting a bit of a revival thanks to one of my favorite actresses, Elizabeth Banks. We're getting an animated sequel, thanks to Fox. One of Francis's favorite companies, apparently. Thanks to Fox and Warner Brothers working together. This will be an animated sitcom sequel starring Pebbles. So the daughter of Fred and Velma will be thrust in a timeline 20 years after the original Flintstones cartoon, the one that we grew up in, which was, I think, released around 1970. So the timeline is going to be 20 years after that whole bedrock scene. And I think we got a little quote here from the president of Fox. He says, "Long before The Simpsons in Springfield, the Griffins and Quahog, or even when the Belchers started serving burgers on Ocean Avenue, there were the Flintstones and Bedrock. Their imprint on the animation universe is undeniable, and the idea of adapting it for today's audience is a challenge we here at Fox are very much looking forward to taking on." So it's cool. I like this because it's going to be targeted towards us, the people who originally grew up with the Fred and Velma and Barney and Betty. So now that we're older, this sequel is still targeted towards us with Pebbles.
Okay.
So,
is Elizabeth Banks voicing the Pebbles?
Yes.
So that makes me kind of curious, especially using the Simpson reference. Are they going like completely different, especially with a comment about adapting? Are they going for like a Family Guy Simpsons approach?
I feel like it'll be a little like that, a little mature, right?
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, somewhere between the Family Guy, Simpsons, and Bob's Burgers theme, where like I think Bob's Burgers is able to be a little raunchy, but a little more subtle about it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm down for this.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's targeted towards us, I like it because we already got the Magic School Bus return with Kate McKinnon, which was still targeted towards kids. I want something that's kind of grown up along with us, like the Avatar series, like Last Airbender and Korra, that jump. Right. So I'm cool with this. I like this. And in a similar vein, real quick, Francis says, "I felt attacked by that Fox comment." He just likes X-Men. And he says, "Yabba dabba, don't at me."
God dang it, Francis.
He says, "Give me my Ren and Stimpy revival." Yeah, dude, that'd be another cool one from Nickelodeon this time. And Wolf Girl says, I saw that I was like a little kid. Yeah. That's exactly
a lot of
the
us.
point.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah.
I mean, they stole my favorite cereal box. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, still my favorite.
Heck yeah. Oh man. Derek.
Yeah.
In the same vein, we also got this one was a bit more shocking for me. We kind of missed this the other week, so I wanted to bring it up today. Let me pull up the image. I know it's familiar to you, Derek, but you've heard the dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yes.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
We're getting a Wednesday live action series from Tim Burton and Netflix. This was weird.
Yes.
This was weird, but appreciated.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yes.
I like this. So I don't think Christina Ricci has anything to do with this. But according to this tweet, it says, "Are you ready for the best Wednesday ever?" A Wednesday Addams live action series following the spooky icon's coming of age is coming to Netflix, and with it, Tim Burton will be making his TV directorial debut. So it's going to be an 8-episode series, directed and executive produced by Tim Burton. We don't have too many details on this, but the series is a sleuthing, supernaturally infused, mystery charting Wednesday Addams' years as a student at Nevermore Academy. Wednesday's attempts to master her emerging psychic ability, thwart a monstrous killing spree that has terrorized the local town, and solve the supernatural mystery that embroiled her parents 25 years ago, all while navigating her new and very tangled relationships at Nevermore. So they're kind of going a little edgy with this, kind of like they have with Riverdale and with Sabrina. I hope they don't go too edgy. I love Tim Burton's style. Same. I hope they don't kind of muddy that.
Yeah, his style is very good. I hope they just stick with that, and I think they'll be fine.
If they go too far along the Riverdale line, I don't think this will be good.
Right. I agree with that too.
And no knock on Riverdale. I just don't think that fits the whole, like,
Tim Burton in general too. Yeah.
So I hope they give him a little more creative freedom with this.
Yeah. Same.
So that's coming too, man. Surprising for
Excited
me.
For that.
In a similar vein, we're also getting a Bewitched movie reboot.
Yes.
Did you see Bewitched growing up as well? I saw some
did.
reruns.
I did. I watched the Nicole Kidman one. That was the one I liked the most.
Oh, okay.
With Will Ferrell, but
yeah. I saw the TV series one through reruns locally.
Oh, okay.
And it was pretty good. Actually, I was surprised that, as a kid, I enjoyed it. And I think this is off the back of the fact that WandaVision, paid a little tribute to it. And I guess they, like, the execs over there kind of took notice. And they're like, oh, if people today can still appreciate early comedy like Bewitched, we could bring it back.
Right. We can bring it back, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Nicole Kidman one with Will Ferrell. Is that right?
Yeah, Will Ferrell, yeah.
Not so successful at the box office, but maybe they could turn things around with this one.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Right?
Hopefully.
Francis says, let's get our kumbaya on. Ooh, that's a little nod to the original Addams Family movie, I think.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right, Derek, one last thing we got to talk about, or two things. One thing, we're going to go back to space here for a second. All right, we're going to go back to...
Let's do it.
We're going to go back to the Wars in the Stars, because I want them to just shut up and take my money. All right.
Yes.
We saw this, Derek. No. Oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on?
Malfunction.
Okay,
Omni-Man's coming.
Here. What?
Viltrumite.
On Earth, Derek.
Oh my God.
Let me play it again.
Yes.
Let me play it again. All right, for those of you listening at home, it is a lightsaber hilt with a blade that looks pretty natural coming out. It's not one of those like extendo toy blades that we've seen in the past in the 90s, Derek. It is it looks pretty legit. Oh man,
it looks good.
Let me bring it up on screen real quick here while we talk about it.
God damn.
First of all, Francis says, "Oh my God, Star Wars and blood." That was an accident. I'm sorry, that was an accident, dude. First of all, oh my gosh, the blade coming out looks so great. It looks so good. But the hilt is kind of enormous. I just noticed it.
It is. It's big. Yeah. It's like Darth Maul size.
Yeah.
Hilt.
Yeah. For a single
huge.
blade.
Yes.
I also like that the model they got for this is dressed kind of like Rey. I'm a huge fan of how Rey.
I might be jumping the gun here. I think this is the Rey at the Galaxy's Edge.
Oh.
I believe I've seen a couple of videos of Galaxy's Edge, like POVs, and she looks very familiar. So it could be that, or it could just be another actress. I could be wrong, but
the hair, though, I think you're right. You could be right.
Yeah, like I've seen her. The face looks very familiar. She has a lot of popularity for being Rey. So
okay, I buy that.
But the saber, God, they're doing it, man. Like, I mean, I bet you a couple more years, it'll just be a smaller hilt, and it's gonna look even more natural.
I think so too, right? It took us this long to get here. So the comments don't actually help, or the description. It says, take a look at the lightsaber in action in this video of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Experience, which launches in 2022 at Walt Disney World Resort.
Yes.
So Walt Disney World is going to be having this. Galactic Star Cruiser doesn't sound like a lightsaber line of toys. What do you think this is, Derek? I mean,
so I know what the Galactic that's actually an attraction that's coming up. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be huge. Like you're gonna be able to go inside. I think it's supposed to be somewhat like the Millennium Falcon. They're doing this huge thing with it. I did a briefly look at it. There's like you can sign up as early as now to go through the experience, but because it gets pretty packed. I have a friend that's going there, and they try to get the Millennium Falcon rides, and it's already packed. They couldn't even get a ride.
Oh wow!
So
does the fast pass apply for that, or not even?
It doesn't. Like that's what I'm saying. I was more surprised that like during our time of COVID and quarantine that it was so packed, but like you have to reserve online like 2 months before you leave to even try to get a spot. But so this thing is supposed to be like the next big part, an addition to the Galaxy's Edge, and I'm assuming they're releasing this hopefully along with other colors. Oh, red.
This is lightsaber right here.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, dude, wow, it looks great, man. Like, jeez, it's so like you said, it's so natural looking, man.
Yeah, it just looks amazing, right? Like, I messaged you guys, and all I said was shut up and take my money, right? When I first saw this video,
right?
Because this is kind of what we've been looking for, right? Something like, I don't think this will be battle ready in the first iterations, but or maybe it will be. I don't know. Like these people work at Disney. It's their job to make our imaginations come true. So
yeah, either that or give it time, or someone will make one.
I know, right?
Like they'll just figure out how this works, and they'll add their own.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Francis says, I wonder how durable it is. Can you smack with other sabers? I wonder, because if it has a servo motor inside, it might be a bit fragile. So that's an interesting point. So only time will tell, because we don't really have too much detail on this. Bimo in the chat says tape measure technology.
I love it.
That's perfect. I want to see how this goes, man. Like,
it looks so good.
Some people were saying that it's tapered, like the base of the blade is longer than the tip. I don't see it. Like, that's you have some amazing eyes if you see that, because they're saying like it might be like those 90s toys where it's like layer on layer of blade,
but more like thicker plastic probably, and
just like like the layers are thinner, like they're more hidden.
Oh,
so you don't see like those like it doesn't go like smaller and smaller as the blade comes out.
Right. Okay.
I don't see it. It could be, right? But
yeah. Like we'll never know. I mean, at the very beginning, you do see the tip like just barely come. That's what she said, but you can see it a little bit. Yeah, right there. You can see it a little tiny bit.
They put on 25.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's do the slow motion.
I don't know, man. It looks great.
That's pretty seamless, dude. Like, damn, that's wow. I honestly think there's just a mechanism inside that's just pushing this thing out. Wow, these phrases tonight. Goddamn. Yes. There's something. Yeah. Let's just wait till the toy comes out.
Yeah.
For those in the podcast listening on the audio, I swear this is what it actually looks like, and it's what it's doing. I promise. Okay.
Francis says the slow-mo does look floppy. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's so cool. It's so cool to me.
It is, man. It's so awesome.
All right. Derek, to wrap up our news, we have a reminder. All right, before we talk about Invincible, which is our first bit of reviewing, and then Bad Batch, or we can do Bad Batch, then Invincible, and then Mortal Kombat. I want to talk about this there because we talked about this a little bit on the pre-show before we actually went on microphones. For a couple of weeks or months, I tried to get you to listen to this podcast, and you were finally able to find time to do it.
Yes.
The dungeons. Oh, dang it! The big. No, stop. Ruin
Not that daddy.
No.
Not that daddy, Ray.
Ooh, man, Ray though. Ray looks fine. Okay. Dungeons and Daddies, Derek. Not a BDSM podcast.
Yes.
A D&D podcast featuring 4 dads from our world thrust into the Forgotten Realms.
Yes.
On a quest to find their sons.
Amazing.
I cannot.
So far, too.
Dude,
they're still ongoing, too. Like,
yeah, I'm all caught up, dude. It took me about 3-4 months of just binge listening to this because it's so good.
Right.
I listen to it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts depending on what I'm doing.
Right.
You guys can search for this. It's Dungeons and Daddies, DUNGEONS and DADDIES. If you guys listen to this, and if you're familiar with Freddie W from YouTube, Rocket Jump, they did Video Game High School on YouTube. These are some of the same people, cast and crew. This is just their fun little podcast that actually grown quite tremendously.
So good.
And it's great. It's such a fun listen. Man. Yeah,
it is. Harold referred it to me, and I got hooked. I couldn't stop listening. And the great thing was, I listened to this after my first dose. So I was in bed all day, and all I did was listen to this. Dude,
after your first COVID vaccine dose.
Yes, I was very lethargic and very bedridden, and I just didn't want to get up. So I listened to this. Oh my god! And I was telling Harold before the stream started, I'm actually more surprised that they don't have more awareness about it because of how good it is. It really is a hidden gem. It's so amazing, especially if you love Dungeons and Dragons. Even if you don't, for the comedy bits, it's so funny. It's so clever. The DM is amazing, quick on his feet. There's just so much I could say about it. It's really good.
Oh man, so yeah, the DM is actually if you guys know Ashley Birch from voiceover acting from video games, or she's actually made a couple appearances I think on Critical Role. Her brother Anthony Birch, who she did a web series with back in the past on YouTube called I think it's called what you playing, Ash, or something like that. He's the DM for this. He's the daddy master for this, and
he's the daddy master.
Dude, it is some of the most hilarious and seamless DMing that I've ever heard. Derek, you and I were talking about this earlier. He's pretty much, he should be the star of the show, but the fact that he plays off so well with the other with the players, with Matt Arnold, Freddie Wong, Will Campos, and Beth May, who is, as you could tell from her name, female, but plays Ron Stampler, who's also a dad. It's so hilarious how they do this podcast, and we can talk about it all we want. We probably will in the future, Derek. I'd love to talk more about this, but I just wanted to recommend the podcast to everyone because it's so freaking funny, seriously. Man.
It's so funny, man. I can't even explain how, like Harold said, it's so seamless. The DM, the daddy master, very good at what he does. The 4 dads, their banter, and just how how they role play and everything too is so good, guys. And there's not a no in here. I don't think I've ever came across that I can remember. Something happened and the DM was like, nah, no, you can't do that. It's always, they find a way, and it's just so good. And
it's very improv friendly.
Right. Yeah, very improv, but very, very well done improv.
Yeah, and their chemistry is so good. They're very supportive of if someone comes up with a ridiculous plan, they're like, okay, maybe we could go with that. It's
right.
And the creativity that comes behind improvising, you brought up, Derek, they wanted to make a phone call with their cell phone because they came from the real world into the Forgotten Realms. So what they do is they use the mechanics of D&D to kind of give them that whole randomness of the consequence. So yeah, you can make a phone call, but you have to roll a d20 to see how much battery percentage gets drained. Or whenever someone makes a dad joke, the other dads have to take a D5 or D6 of psychic damage.
D4 of psychic damage. Yeah.
So it's
and at the start, for those who play D&D know at the start your health is not good. You don't have a lot of it. The jokes kept going around, and it's pretty. It's just they played off so good, guys. And
it's funny.
It's
just a good,
worth
it's
a
just
listen,
good
100%.
You know, when you're not listening to the Quit Stalling Geekcast or Game By, definitely give Dungeons and Daddies. No, you know,
so
Derek,
good.
I'll say it. Put it ahead of the Geekcast, guys. Just listen to this.
Dude, it's so good, guys. It really is. It's so good.
Oh man,
I just say the thing I love about it too the most is how like they are playing as actual D&D classes, but the DM actually like, you know, gives them moments where like, oh, you just all of a sudden, you know, you feel this, like he gives story to how they, you know, they didn't just come into this world, oh, you're a barbarian now. But they kind of like add stuff to it, like, oh, all of a sudden there's stuff coming out of your hands, and you know, they react like, oh God, there's some poison ooze, blah blah blah. It's awesome. So
it's really good. And
yeah,
I think one of the best parts about it is the fact that they explain real world stuff affecting the Forgotten Realms really well, and
very
how
cool.
Things translate. Because one of the dads is a rogue, one of them is a barbarian and a druid and a bard. So it all makes so much sense because it relates to their backstories so well. Like the bard is
it's so good, guys.
Yeah, the bard is a rock band lead guitarist and his rock band is mainly Christmas themed. So
yeah, it's
really
awesome.
fun. It's really good, guys. Check it out. Dungeons and Daddies on Spotify, Apple
Dungeons
Podcasts,
and
everywhere.
Daddies.
Derek, we have some breaking news. Apparently, it is a real working lightsaber, and this is how it works, according to Ben Rideau on Twitter. It won't melt through metal blast doors or cut off your hand, but it does feature an illuminated blade that will extend and retract at the push of a button. So it is kind of like a...
It is like what BMO was saying. It is tape measuring technology.
Yeah. So...
That's crazy.
Yeah, on video we have the animation concept behind the technology. This is really cool, dude.
It is really cool.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right. We have the footage. We have the technology, Derek, apparently.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense too if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have the plastic and wow. Oh wow, that is really cool.
That's fantastic.
That is fantastic. I can't wait to see what else they do, you know?
Oh, for sure, man. All right, Derek, I think it's time we get to the meat and potatoes.
It is time
for this episode. Let's talk about the Bad Batch. All right.
Let's do it.
Bad Batch. There we go. Before we do that, actually, Derek, I want to ask you, and let me change up the music a little bit. Nope, not that one. Let's go with Attitude. This piece of bed music is brought to us by one of our good friends here on Quit Stalling, Setter. Our buddy Cedric Camayo.
Setter.
Better known by his stage name as Setter. Dude, I love this piece of bed music.
It's so nice, man.
You guys can catch him on Spotify. Just type in CEDR. He's got a couple of tracks up there already. And I want to thank him for providing us this piece of bed music right here. It's called Attitude. Check him out. Great guy and amazing music. Derek, I wanted to ask you real quick, but as we talk about the Bad Batch, what expectations did you have going into the series? Because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have much.
Yeah. I mean, I knew they were gonna somehow tie in. They're gonna do current events and kind of lead off from where we last saw them. But yeah, I didn't have any expectations. I had no idea what the story was gonna be like. Especially like mentioning it beforehand, you look at the first episode, it's an hour and a half long. Like, goddamn,
it was intense.
Right, it was intense, but I mean, you kind of watch it and you're like, this is actually pretty good. Goddamn, like they kind of hooked you at the start. For me, like you see Kanan.
Yes. All right. So let's bring that up real quick. Let's bring that up
right.
And kick us off here. So we get to see a surprise cameo from one Caleb Doom.
Yes.
I was so surprised by this, dude. I did not see it coming.
Oh, I me neither. I mean, honestly, alone the artwork and everything, guys, on the show. It's, if you watch the last couple episodes or season of Clone Wars, they brought like that animation was here. Like, it's very clean. And it's not like the Clone Wars you guys used to know.
And it's not as
it's
stylized
very nice.
as Rebels.
Yes, very beautiful. They kind of do a little recap of everything, which I actually enjoyed a lot. I liked how they kind of give you the scenes that transpired in the movies too a little bit. So
yeah, they tell you like, oh, Obi-Wan is on the verge of getting Grievous, as we saw they rescued Palpatine, all that stuff. So
yeah,
it was a great reintroduction, especially for us who haven't seen the movies in a while. And it's been over a year or less than a year since we saw the finale of the Clone Wars. So it was great. It was a great little bit of catch up. And Derek, like you mentioned, we got to see a young Kanan Jarrus, who we first got introduced to in the Star Wars Rebels TV show. This is him before he had to, make his way through the galaxy as a rebel, as a rogue. And it's pretty cool. At first I was like, oh no, it makes the galaxy feel kind of small, but in true Filoni fashion, it all ties so well together.
Yeah, it does, man. It does.
Oh,
apparently Kanan's voice is just, that Freddie Prinze all the way through his whole age of life. Cause
dude, he sounded like he was 30 when he was like 12.
He really did. Like, my man even hit the growth spurt early. Goddamn.
Master, this is Clone Troop 99. I was like, mother.
But I love it. That was a
30.
Good, right? It's a good twist, though. I didn't expect that. Definitely good intro to the Bad Batch. You got to see them. You got to notice there's a new guy too. This is pretty cool, which they explain later a little bit who that is.
Oh yeah. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So we first see the original 5 of the Bad Batch. So the original 4 plus Echo, who we saw added to Clone Troop 99 late in the Clone Wars arc, late in the Clone Wars series, in the final season. And I really liked that we got to pick up kind of, like you said, where we left off. One of the biggest things for me that I thought would be frustrating, and then I ended up like really, really liking, was we got more Grand Moff Tarkin. Or I think he's still Admiral Tarkin here.
I think here he's still Admiral.
So Governor.
That was cool. Yeah. That was cool.
This is really cool because we're getting to see the start of the Empire, right? And the Kaminoans were kind of saying the same thing. We wanna see the intentions of this new Empire, because this is hot off the heels of Order 66 being executed. That's where we start off the series, is seeing Caleb's master, Kanan Jarrus's master, be executed by the clones that they were warring with for years. And the impact of every repercussion of Order 66 that I thought would be better seen, would have been okay being done off screen, we're seeing firsthand the impact throughout the series. So Derek, I want to ask you, what were your thoughts on the initial few minutes of what's going on here? We get Order 66 happening, and the Bad Batch, as I guess we sort of expected, don't respond to the call, or at least most of them don't.
And I did like that. I did like they kind of got right into it. You didn't have to didn't have a whole build up before Order 66. It was pretty right there. Like, I think within the first 10 minutes you hear execute Order 66, right? And then you see them turn around, and immediately your question goes, okay, well, it obviously doesn't affect the Bad Batch because they're not reacting, or at least some of them aren't. And it's it actually, for me, that intrigued me a lot to kind of know, okay, I actually want to know why. Like, I want to know a little bit more. Why are they, I know they're mutated and they're a little different, but they should still have that inhibitor chip in their head.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So it's, for some reason, it's very interesting. And like you mentioned, you see Tarkin, and you definitely get a feel, man, for his annoyance. His very, very Empire. Very good actually. So we don't see a whole lot of Tarkin. For those who read the comics, he does. Yeah, exactly. We see enough. And he does so many, his role in the universe of it all. It's so important, and I'm happy to see that we're getting little snips here and there, even from before, like right when it started, you know? Yeah. So, but yeah, I was really happy with the pacing, of course. And the story got me hooked right away. I just wanted to know more.
Yeah. Speaking of getting hooked right away, dude, that's how I felt. Going back to my initial question to you of how, what did you come in? What were your expectations coming into the show?
Right.
As usual, I wasn't expecting anything. I try to do this with anything that we watch, is I try not to have preconceived notions. And I thought I'd like the first season of Clone Wars. I thought, okay, I'll have to power through the first few episodes before I really get into things.
Right.
This does a good job of showing how much the storytelling has matured in these Star Wars animated shows. And you do get hooked right away. You do get immersed in the story almost immediately. You get the motivations of the characters quite quickly. All right. There's something wrong with Crosshair. He seems to be responding to Order 66. How will that play out? Hunter and the rest are definitely your traditional good guys, but they're in this world as clones as well, no matter how different they are. So how will they respond to this, even though they're obviously smart, they're obviously wise enough to question the Order to turn on the Jedi, so
right.
I like that dynamic.
Right.
I really do. So all that mixed with the fact that we're finally getting to see the inner workings of Kamino and the clone tech, because by the end we get to see them really messing with the mind of Crosshair, one of the Bad Batch members, who the only one of the Bad Batch members that actually have the inhibitor chip seemingly working. So I'm really curious how this all plays out, and it leads to his supposed eventual betrayal, which I thought wouldn't happen. I thought, Derek, that they'd kind of snap him out of it almost immediately. But it seems
I was hoping for it.
Yeah, it seems like he's going to be the main villain, at least for the first few episodes.
I'm like trying to think too, I see that and I'm like, man, is there like some bad guy in the future that he could be turned into? You know what I mean? Like, I always try to look at the future, like future films, future shows. Like maybe this guy's actually somebody who we didn't think it was, and then
maybe like a bounty hunter,
right, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
he's Dash Rendo,
right? It's just like some crazy. I mean, it's I'm with you though. I hated. It sucked that like, damn, this guy really is not giving in.
Yeah.
He's really trying to like call his leader out, trying to break everybody up. Like, no, man, you're the reason that we're here, blah blah blah, and it's because of you. And so it's like, damn, it's the chip's still in there for that guy. So it doesn't work for all of them.
It's pretty cool, and it makes for an interesting antagonist, right? This guy who is supposedly part of their squad, who's never questioned the brotherhood the Bad Batch has shared, all of a sudden kind of gets turned. So it's really cool to see one of them being the antagonist, because there's an emotional core there. They've fought with this guy for a long time. So it's not just some rando Sith hunting them down. So there's some narrative there that's driving them forward. And there's also some reluctance to the Bad Batch not wanting to kill him. This is one of their brothers. So that's going to be the conflict for them, is how do we deal with Crosshair non-violently? Because as you see from some of the combat that ensues when Crosshair and the other clones kind of confront the Bad Batch are using blue rifle lasers, which I'm assuming is non-lethal, versus the actual clone troopers on the Empire side who are using red lasers, which they established in this episode were deadly, like very deadly.
Very deadly, yeah. Man, honestly, like, you're talking about the brother thing too, man. Like, I, in my head, it kept playing like, "You're my brother, Anakin." Like, but this is like their version, right? I'm actually surprised they didn't use that at all. Like, you're not gonna believe in me. We've been, like, we're brothers. They didn't really, kind of just, knew what was happening. They shrugged it off and were like, all right, well, we gotta deal with this. Yeah. So, but yeah, very unfortunate, but also very, very good for the story. Yeah, I agree. Like, definitely like you're like, damn, well, okay, then he has Crosshair after them, so it's also you want him to get better again, right? So it's kind of interesting.
That's for us as the audience. That's what we want. Is we want him to kind of snap out of it and rejoin the Bad Batch.
Right.
But from the narrative perspective, like, will he be able to? Right. Like.
Yeah, I know.
It's super.
Especially
cool.
after what they enhanced, right? You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's like, damn, but Tarkin, man.
Tarkin, they're doing a good job. Filoni especially doing a good job of playing Tarkin up as, you know, he's not just a punk that went out with the first Death Star. This guy had so much going on for him throughout the Clone Wars and in the Empire. That's why he became a Grand Moff. As this dude is sinister. This dude is out for himself. So it's really cool. We got a look at the initial markings of the rebellion. You know, a bit of a resistance force spawning from people who fought with the clones, and one of them was Saw Gerrera, who I also didn't expect to show up in this, especially in the first episode.
Very young Saw Gerrera too.
Very young. He is not Forrest Whitaker. Again, my initial impression was it makes the galaxy feel small, but at the same time, it makes total sense, right? Who would be one of the first people the Empire would want to wipe out? One of the most well-trained resistance fighters in the former Republic. Someone who was helped by Obi-Wan and Rex, someone established as, okay, this guy is a freedom fighter. He's not going to be one for the Empire. So it makes total sense for them to bring this guy out. What did you think when you first saw him, aside from, okay, it's not Forrest Whitaker yet?
Well, I didn't even, at first, I would never have expected it to be him. Like, he didn't, like, you know, I played even the Fallen Order game. Yeah. He's younger in there. He doesn't look like that. So I was like, it's Saw Gerrera. When they mentioned the name, I'm like, oh, wow. So definitely was shocked too. But yeah, I kind of like how they introduce him early to kind of show how early his presence was integrated into the Star Wars universe, you know? So, which is nice. Like, they're not just like saying, oh, this guy just came out of nowhere, but he's like a grand, you know, insurgents leader, and he's just like one of the top people. It's nice. They're putting him in very early moments, literally, days, weeks after Order 66. So it's very nice to see.
And you and I see him in Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order. So we know this dude has been battling from the very beginning. This guy...
From the very beginning,
was there day one of the Empire, and he's been fighting for decades. So it makes all his subsequent appearances all the way up to his, spoiler alert, his death in Rogue One. So it shows, like, this dude has been at it. Oh, wow. And... you know, he's tired. This guy is tired by the time he dies. So it all makes so much sense, and I love that.
It does.
I love how they weave this whole thing together. And we see, you know, the planet they're on, Onderon. This is the first time we've seen this planet a couple of times before. I saw it the first time in Knights of the Old Republic, where we first see Darth Revan, and I think the biggest thing throughout this whole first episode, Derek, for me personally, was the immediate repercussions of Order 66. Seeing how the clones themselves, because we don't really get to see how they react aside from them having to fight the Jedi in Revenge of the Sith and some of the Clone Wars footage. We see more of the after the fight, after they've executed Order 66. How do these clones go through their day-to-day lives? And it looks like they're just brainwashed. They're just going through the motions of a soldier after being ordered to kill. So it's stunning. It's
you can tell, like, they could even tell, you know, like they're acting different. And, like, you literally just you had Tech just ask one squad, hey, what squadron are you from? Move out of my way. Like, damn, okay, like, just asking a question. You know?
Yeah, for all the regs, all the regular clones, it was just like a switch that flipped. You know? And that's how they were designed, as what we see in the dialogue with the Kaminoans and Tarkin, because even Tarkin's like, one of the Bad Batch seems to be extra loyal to the Empire compared to the others. So, like, there's a lot of nuance here, and it's not the same nuance as early Clone Wars. It's exciting nuance. It's not just we have to see the senators talk behind the scenes. Like, it keeps you engaged because there is some plot here that the Kaminoans they're not just oblivious. They're not just pawns, and they're trying to feel their way out of this too. I feel like Derek, the Kaminoans might be in danger eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I will say too, I was so happy that they went back to Camino. I love this race, and
yes,
I'm so happy to see they were to come back to it. And I just thought, like, it's such a beautiful place. Like, it's so stormy, right? Mm-hmm. But inside it's so warm and bright, and these aliens are so, like, they're so strange looking, but they're so kind, man. Like, they're very calm, right? They talk very serene. Kind of really reminds me of the Blue Lantern Corps in the comics. It's very, like, very.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, but it's very cool. I'm happy they went back to Camino. It's awesome.
Yeah, and now let's say helping the Bad Batch escape. Did not see that coming, and that's really what set up the whole. Okay, there's more to the Kaminoans than just being pawns to the Empire. So I like
this scene here too. I think there's something behind. I forget her name now. Omega. Yeah. Right. So, seems like there's a little something behind, what she actually is or what she can do.
Yeah. They set this up in this episode and immediately in the next episode where they kind of talk about Omega. They're hinting that the Kaminoans don't make a clone without a purpose. The Bad Batch was exaggerated with her traits on purpose to see how far they could push the strength of a clone, the intelligence of a clone. What is Omega's purpose? Because, maybe there's something more to it than the fact that she was just a medical assistant to Nala Se, right? And I like that. And speaking of the beauty, Derek, the beauty of these episodes, this first planet that they go to, I don't know if they name it. I think they did. It's beautiful, man.
It is,
and they really do a good job of playing it up because this is the first time Omega sees grass and dirt and anything that isn't just white light and metal and plastic.
Right, and rain.
So I really enjoyed this scene because they wouldn't have been able to pull it off in early Clone Wars. This is modern day tech.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So it's pretty, and it's good storytelling. We're now talking about episode 2 of the Bad Batch. Hunter, Tech, Wrecker, Echo, and Omega have had to escape. Derek, while we're on Omega, I want to ask you, what were your thoughts on her when she was first introduced, and throughout the past?
When she was first introduced, I definitely didn't expect her to be the fifth clone, as they so called. Mm-hmm. That wasn't Echo. So I definitely thought she was gonna have some importance because you had that scene with her and Hunter. Obviously just looking at each other. So I'm like, okay, this girl's gonna play a positive role. She's wanting to come with him. I thought she did look kind of like the kids, and the Clone War kids, but I was like, oh, there's something behind her. So I wasn't bothered by it, but more interested, Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely intriguing, and you just want to know more and more. So I think Filoni does a great job with introducing someone new and just wanting you to know everything about that person right away, right?
And not just someone new, someone young. We got this exact same kind of emotional core in the Clone Wars with Ahsoka Tano. We did not expect or even want a Padawan for Anakin because at the time of watching made no sense. And Filoni does it again where these guys are badasses out for themselves. They're not ones to follow orders, and you introduce this liability in some people's eyes, but to Hunter it's gonna be, or at least to Hunter, but it looks like for the whole team, someone who changes them for the better, an emotional core, like I said, for the whole team, someone who kind of gives them motivation to do the right thing outside of themselves. So Filoni does a good job with this, man. I thought, again, at first, like, not another Ahsoka. And then the more we watch, it's like, oh yeah, another Ahsoka. There's gonna be someone else we'll probably get in future Star Wars that that
Right.
they'll call back to.
And like I said, yeah, and like I trust Filoni ever since Ahsoka's thing, because I think a lot of people were in that same boat as me, where like not a lot of people liked Ahsoka at first, but Filoni made it to a point where like he makes the story so good around that character that kind of flips your switch right towards him. So I think that's kind of the direction now. You're like, yeah, she's just there. Omega's there. Let's see what she does. Let's see how she melts our hearts, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And okay, so in this episode, aside from Omega and the Bad Batch, we see a familiar face that I couldn't piece together at first until I had to Google it, and I was like, oh, this guy would. Like, I knew he was from a previous Clone Wars episode. I didn't know how far back it was. This guy was from season 2, Derek, of the Clone Wars. Cut LaQueen.
Oh, okay. I it seemed like they were hinting he was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of had that like scene where like, okay, this guy's from like the music. I think even like kind of went up a notch or something. You're like, okay, this guy's someone important or was mentioned before. So that's where he was from.
So he was a clone that was sort of considered defective or a traitor because he chose to stop being a trooper and kind of escape the life of a trooper and get away with this Twi'lek woman. And they made a family, and I think, if I recall correctly, Rex was the one who found him in Clone Wars.
Yeah. No, like when I first saw the kids there, I immediately thought of Rebels, dude. Like I thought, oh, is this their kid? I forget her name. The owner of the ship.
Hera Syndulla.
Hera, yes. I was like, is this Hera?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I don't think so.
Hera's dad was a Twi'lek, as we saw.
Yeah. Sad. So I was like, no. But that brief moment, I'm like, oh yeah.
It's super cool, and I like this dynamic.
It is.
That again, that they're establishing that yes, the Empire is having impact on many different worlds, on many different star systems, and this is the very second episode, a look into how normal people are affected. You have to start registering for your code. You have to. Some people can't even travel anymore within their planet. A lot of the ships are being taken and impounded. So the Empire obviously are not good guys. And we're getting that established in the context of the daily lives of people on this planet. So it's really cool. And I think they're doing a good job, Derek, for me, of showing the nuance of how the Star Wars galaxy is impacted by the many different decisions of the main characters that we've seen throughout the years. And now we're getting the nitty-gritty without it being boring, without it being why should I care about these people?
Right. It's not the Spice Run episode. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is somewhat tolerable. Not even somewhat tolerable. It's tolerable.
That Spice Run episode, not their best work.
Yeah, their best work. Yeah, right. Not their best work. So, I mean, they got the whole thing going here for them too. It's kind of got like this little mini Avenger squad in the clones, so it's pretty. They got that going for them. But yeah, I agree with you, man. It's just like you're starting to see like, as massive as this universe is, you see these little small chain of effects that happen on the outer edges of the story that go into the main story, which is so good. And yeah, like it's kind of like both. You see how big the universe is, but it's also you get smaller because you're starting to put the pieces together, but it's still like very massive, right?
Yeah. And like we get kind of the same thing with the Mandalorian, where
yes,
that this is a whole different part of the galaxy, but it's made easier to understand by familiar faces like Boba Fett, like Ahsoka Tano. So yeah, it's such a cool. It feels all connected, unlike the sequel trilogy.
Yes, exactly.
It feels
exactly.
Great. It feels so good. So yeah, I think, Derek, for me, the Bad Batch is an unexpected hit so far.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I did not.
Especially for the first 2 episodes.
Oh yeah,
right?
Man.
Like,
I did not think I'd like it this much.
No, right, exactly. It's it definitely pulls you in, and I feel like to everybody who hasn't maybe watched the Clone Wars, a little iffy. I know the animation at the beginning is kind of bad, but the story is beautiful, guys, and it's the same here. Like
100%.
the story's really good. If you're a Star Wars fan, you won't be disappointed. 100%.
100%. All right,
Yeah.
Derek. With that being said, I'm excited for the rest of the season. I cannot wait for more, and I want to see how this unfolds. You know, with Hunter being kind of the dad of the group, and Wrecker being the crazy uncle, Tech just being the tech guy. You know, I like I like the dynamic. I like the dynamic.
I'm excited to see. I hope they kind of unlock something, but I'm actually might be too early to tell, but I'm actually sad they're gonna end it like something's gonna happen, man. I don't know.
Oh no, I feel
just because Tarkin's involved, and I think might call on Big Papa to. I don't know.
I think this will be like a Kanan Jarrus situation.
Dude, I think like I don't know. For me, it's really early to tell. I feel like at the end, Vader might just come and.
No.
I don't know, man. I'm so scared.
It'll be like Rex.
I'm so scared.
It'll be like Rex. They're gonna get away. They're gonna get away.
Yes, that's what I want to happen.
Me too.
I'm praying.
I didn't think I'd want this to happen too. Like they did a good job.
Right.
Derek. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we've only seen these guys for like 4 episodes.
Yeah. You're not right. We haven't seen them in a long time at all.
Right? And we're already so attached to them. So yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Good job, Filoni.
All right. How about we talk about some superheroes? Because Derek, I'm feeling emotional right now with all the feelings that we're feeling about these TV shows. I'm definitely not feeling.
I love it.
I'm not feeling invincible at all, Derek.
Not feeling invincible. Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
It still says Bad Batch on screen. I messed that up, but.
Well, these are a bad batch of situations that happen in Invincible. So.
Oh my gosh, are they ever, Derek?
Oh.
What a season finale. This one.
What a season finale indeed. The wait was, I guess, worth it. Goddamn.
Goddamn indeed, man. It was a lot.
Woo.
It's a lot.
Heavy, man.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay.
It was emotional, heavy, powerful, invincible.
Okay. I've actually never had to do this before, Derek. I've been drinking a lot of fluids today to try and fight off getting ill. I need to go take a bathroom break. But could you, while I'm gone for like 1 minute, could you give us a rundown of what you initially thought about the last episode and how your feelings transitioned to the opening of this episode?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Go for it. So if you guys weren't here last week on when we talked about Invincible, the last episode kind of ended off where you had Mark and his dad, Omni-Man, they were fighting that big alien thing and Cecil that sent down on them. But Mark actually sees his dad kill somebody in front of him, and that somebody was the superhero. I forget his name, it's escaping me, but nonetheless, Mark actually sees his dad commit murder, and therefore kind of shutting Mark down, right? Because at this point, we all know as the fans that Omni-Man killed this Justice League of Invincible. But oh man, it was gut-wrenching to see Mark so destroyed by this. So my feelings going into that episode, and for those who are in chat, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts too, was that damn, like, I wonder what Omni-Man's gonna say. Because what do you say to that, right? Your dad literally has his fist through somebody's stomach, and there's blood everywhere. And not only did he punch him in the stomach, he literally chopped him in half right after. So it wasn't just like oh, hey, Mark, things just happened. No, it ended on Omni-Man saying, hey, Mark, we need to talk. And my whole thing was, I'm thinking this guy is going to try to convince Mark. And a part of me thought that he might have, right? As we all know, Mark was struggling with kind of the superhero thing. He didn't want to do it. He had the breakup with not Eve, Amber, right? So he was kind of contemplating where he was at. So a part of me thought, oh, Omni-Man might be able to convince Mark here. But boy, was I wrong.
I could not agree more, Derek.
Yes. It was I was very wrong with thinking that Omni-Man might have a little edge and telling Mark, because no, Mark immediately reacts to why did you do that, and he did not agree with that at all.
Not
He's crying
one
and
bit,
you know,
dude.
not one bit. But Omni-Man didn't care.
Not one bit either, dude. I was so taken aback by how violent Omni-Man was with Mark.
Yeah.
But it also makes so much sense, right? Omni-Man is this guy that is now established, someone that can just switch it off and on, because we get the reveal that, okay, the big reveal that we've been waiting for all season was, okay, Filtramites aren't benevolent Republic saviors. They're Imperials.
They're colonizers, pretty much.
Yeah, they're 100% colonizers. They're the Empire in this scenario.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it makes so much sense because he goes on and tells us he's lived for thousands of years, and this, or was it hundreds of years? Well, the point stands that, you know, people he's known and loved have died, and it was just a blip in his life. And that's kind of what he's trying to tell Mark, that what he's doing now is going to be all for nothing, because that's a very, you know, if you've lived for hundreds of years, that's kind of how you'll see it. Which now in hindsight, Derek, now that we're talking about it, makes me think, no, that's a Filtramite way of thinking, because the Immortal has probably lived a similar amount of time, maybe not thousands, but hundreds of years.
Yes.
Maybe even thousands, because he was there in the like what looks like the dawn of man, right? And he's very emotional. It's a human thing. He has that in him where he's known, he's loved, he's known people that have died, but the Immortal seems to have carried that with him. He values his relationships, unlike Omni-Man, unlike Mark's dad, who doesn't really value life because he sees himself as superior.
Right.
So,
like, I agree with you, because, you know, you have literally Immortal's first thing was, how could you? Like, they were your friends, right?
Right.
A man who's lived that long says that, and you have Omni-Man who's just like, well, they're gonna die anyways.
And that didn't dawn on me till this very moment. Like, the Immortal has lived the same amount of time, if not less, a similar amount of time. He's known people like we said that have died. So Mark has that human in him, and from what we've seen, apparently by the end, maybe Omni-Man does too. So there's a huge confrontation here, where Omni-Man obviously gets the better of Mark and starts beating him up and trying to literally beat some sense into his son. So much that he kind of flashes back to
beat
to their
some sense
past.
is an understatement. Just
my gosh,
FYI, chat. Like, goddamn.
It's literal. You know, when people misuse literally, that's not this. He literally tried to beat some sense into Mark. It's messed up.
And that, dude, I really like that scene, because I don't know why I cried, man. That was sad, dude. Like, he beat him up. He remembered, like, for that second that, like, he had that moment with his son, right? And it's just Mark, man, when he's like, it's that line, dude. Omni-Man's like, what will you have? You know, what will it matter?
700 years from
like,
now.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll have you, Dad. I'm like, oh my God, Mark. Damn it, dude. Oh, that was so heartbreaking, man.
It was. And it makes so much sense, right? What he'll have is these years of experiences with these humans together.
Yeah. No, seriously. Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure that's what stopped Omni-Man in this. Like, in all the time that Omni-Man has done this, he hasn't, like, it seems like Filtramites go one by one into these planets, so the experiences they share are with people who expire. Right?
Exactly.
But now Omni-Man has a son who's kind of change
his own blood, right?
Yeah, like he has a different perspective. Yes, these people will die, but they'll live on in our memories. You and I have these moments that we share together.
Yeah.
And what we'll have at the end of this is conversations like, remember Mom? Remember that time when we had this? It's not just something that Omni-Man can push aside and forget about.
Yeah.
So...
And you see that, yeah, obviously right here, like that moment, you see him just remember, you know, the human actually taught him something.
Which is interesting, right? Because,
Yeah.
you know, it looks up until that point like, no, Omni-Man will never change his mind. And then you get that moment, that one little moment.
Yeah.
And, okay, there's something here. So,
Right.
I want to ask you, Derek, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think, you know, because I haven't read the rest of the comics yet. I'm sure a lot of people have.
Same.
Do you think this changes any of Omni-Man's plans? Do you think he'll still come back and conquer Earth like nothing happened? He'll just shake it off, or do you think this will affect his decisions moving forward?
My whole thinking behind this is that I think that little moment granted Mark like an opportunity to get ready.
Okay.
Like I think he left for that moment, but maybe he's gonna come back. And maybe like when I saw Omni-Man leave, I'm like, okay, I feel like his mindset is I need to get away from my son because I'm losing my mind, like my goal, right? Me being around my son is making me want to stay here and change. So he flew away, possibly back to Viltrumite, and he's gonna think and just but then, you know, I mean, obviously we'll talk more about it later. You find out how serious that was, him leaving, right? Like but yeah, I honestly think it's I think he's gonna come back, but maybe, you know, maybe I felt like he used his time to help Mark prepare, maybe, and get, I don't know. Maybe it's like an ideals versus ideals thing. Like Lady's gonna come back and him and Mark are gonna actually fight, and maybe it'll be like, is it like what you stand for, or is it for what I stand for? It's gonna win.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah,
And
that's what I think.
It won't be like a one snap decision. It'll be something that they'd struggle with for some time.
Right. Exactly.
And I want to go to what you just said. You know, I've said this so many times in this episode. The repercussions, right? The impact of Omni-Man being gone from Earth now. Earth doesn't have its Superman, its biggest protector, and how does that impact the rest of the world? Because the Guardians are also no more.
Yes.
Well, the OG Guardians. We got this young band of Guardians that are way in over their head. They're nowhere near as powerful or as savvy as the old Guardians. So now we may see people try and take advantage of that.
Yes.
And they're showing us all these possible scenarios as Mark and Alan the alien are kind of talking about it, right? And
yeah,
it's so interesting. I really want to know how the next season plays out, because yes,
right,
Mark has to deal with the Mahler twins, with the aliens on Jupiter. What will come back to haunt him, and what are the things he hasn't even seen that could come for everyone? This is one great scene where there's no way Ezra Miller's character, the mad scientist guy, has built all these zombie robot guys for the government without a plan.
And I think this is actually, like, if you look at it too, right? Like, Omni-Man almost died. Well, not almost died. He got. It wasn't easy for him to hold those things off, especially the giant thing. Yeah, he needed Mark to help him. Like, you know, like that was there. Wait, and I actually forgot. Did they knock that thing out, or was it just standing there the whole time? I can't remember.
Which one? The big kaiju?
Yeah.
They managed to defeat it right before the Immortal.
Mark saw, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, but regardless, he was struggling, right? Imagine an army of those cyborgs would definitely do work to Omni-Man. So, yeah. I mean, it's good to be prepared. That's why I think maybe it seems like a kind of prepared type thing, or I don't know. We'll see though. We're gonna have to. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm excited to know what's gonna happen next, man.
We also got a scene of the Guardians training and finally working together as a team.
Yeah.
I still think they're not prepared for anything. Hopefully they show a little more cohesion in the future, but I think them as superheroes are kind of underwhelming. I don't know if you feel the same way. Personally, I don't think
100%. Yeah.
I don't think they're anywhere near matching up to the superheroes,
the other Guardians. Yeah. Like, honestly, I feel like Eve is the power player here.
Dude.
What can she not do? Like, I thought she was gonna play a key role in stopping Omni-Man, but I guess not. They just told her to run.
I guess it's still too dangerous for Eve too, right? Like, she's as powerful
still
as she is. Like, Omni-Man is still Omni-Man. So I think Cecil was trying to bide their time. Like, save Eve for maybe the future.
Yep. Yeah.
Because she is hell. You're right though. She is hella strong, and her power is virtually limitless.
Like, if she can literally manipulate matter and stuff, like, couldn't she just re-manipulate the human body? Like, she could just.
Ooh, interesting.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah. I mean, depending on how far her powers go, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm not a fan, Derek, of how Amber was kind of all of a sudden like, oh, Mark. I kind of wish they stayed broken up.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Like, for me, like, so wait, you knew this whole time and you still weren't like reasonable enough to like understand like what he had to do? Like, you got mad because he didn't tell you? Like, that's
and if that's how if that's her line of thinking, Mark nearly dying shouldn't change that, I think.
Right.
I mean people are complex. Right. Don't get me wrong. I get that people are very complex, and we don't fully understand how one person would react to certain things. We probably don't understand our own emotions. But it felt kind of weird and cheap.
It did. It did feel cheap. I definitely ship Mark and Eve a lot more than Mark and Amber.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, right? Especially now.
Oh yeah. Especially when she said like, "Oh, I just was waiting for you to tell me." Like, Amber, like, that's like a superhero and his identity. That's like so serious for a superhero. Like, you gotta understand
her protection too.
Right, exactly. And it's like, you knew this and you still treated him like that. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Mark, especially at the time, man. Like, I was just like, when you were gone, I was saying, he was at a time where he didn't even know about the superhero thing because everything was just going wrong.
Yeah. And
so it's like, okay.
It's rough, right? Because you also get that they're supposed to be teenagers, and teenagers don't have the greatest insight or foresight.
Right. Yes, exactly.
But yeah, like it just seems like we said, it feels a little wrong. But maybe it'll lead to more story development. I'm sure this is all for a narrative and not just to make us feel certain things. This doesn't feel like a Game of Thrones situation where they're just setting it up for the sake of like a shock factor later on. But we'll see. Everything seems to be fairly well planned out in Invincible. So I'm curious to see where this goes. I like how Robot is now like a mech suit for
I know, Rudy. Right? He's basically Iron Man.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I love the series, Derek. This is a time where we can give our rating. Definitely shocking. Definitely awe-inspiring. And definitely not your traditional superhero story. They've made that a point. There have been times where the pacing was uneven, where I wish B plots were kind of shortened, especially the whole college thing, dragging out the whole Eve thing. The whole Amber thing, and I kind of wish they didn't get back together. So there are things that kind of drag the show just a little bit from the top. But this is a show that is very, very welcome in today's world. I like the realism. I like the fact that they showed us, yes, this is what Batman and Superman's fight would actually look like.
Nuances
aside, because I know that Superman has a moral code that Omni-Man doesn't. So I know there's nuance there as well that Batman would try to exploit. But, you know, they give us these situations in a more interesting light and a less fluffed up light of, you know, good guys are always going to be good. So this is cool. In a crisp and magnificently animated show. There's nothing janky about this. You're getting 100% pure DC level quality, animated quality, with mature storytelling. So that's great. And
good enough though. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel. There was a scene in Flashpoint, Derek, that really threw me off, where Wonder Woman cut off Mira's head, and it was really like jarring to see. It feels more natural in this universe. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
So, again,
I mean, there. And chat, just to clarify, this episode was probably the darkest of all of them.
Yes.
Very, very graphic.
Oh, very, very, very.
To say
the
the
train
least.
scene, dude.
God,
And
yeah.
then
Just that
this.
whole like trying to convince Mark that like people don't matter.
Oh,
You know, like god damn, man, like.
it's messed up. It's really
Like
messed up. Like you see the arm from when Mark is trying to rescue the mom of the little kid.
Yeah,
that he's holding on
man.
to. It's really dark. It's really dark.
So heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But that's what the show does,
dude.
right? It's and it doesn't feel out of place because they've established this world so well.
Right, exactly. You're much more just like, damn, like, wow.
Yeah.
This kind of thing, exactly.
So with all that in mind, my good friend, I would give this entire season. And finale would have the same rating. I would give this whole show so far, Invincible, a 9 flying burgers that land in London out of 10.
9 Japanese cheesecakes.
9 Japanese cheesecakes from downtown out of 10.
Oh man.
How about you, Derek?
I 100% agree, man. 9.5, man. Like,
Ooh, the point
this
5.
thing. I mean, this show was good, man. Like, they had everything in there. They had the story, they had the action, they had the twist, the cinema. You know, it was so good, man. And like I said, shows that make me always want to keep watching. Like you guys all saw us last week. We wanted to know so bad. What was it? What is he gonna say? How's he gonna? You know? And usually, if something can tear me up and move me, it's good in my book. So 9.5 cheesecakes for me.
Excellent.
If I'm downtown.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make up for the fact that you were late, Derek.
Yes. Exactly. It doesn't.
My gosh. All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Invincible season 1 wrapped up. We can't wait to see the rest. And if you haven't heard yet, Robert Kirkman is also developing an Invincible live-action movie.
Yes.
That is unrelated to the show. So
yeah, I know we mentioned it like on the first episode we reviewed. I think right,
Yeah.
the first or second, first 3. Excuse me.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did mention it. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Pretty cool though. Like I hope it's. To be honest, I actually hope it's as gory. I honestly do.
Oh,
I think it'd be good.
It's
I think
got
it'd be
to
a great
be.
movie if it is, right?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Right.
But yes, Derek. Now we move on to our last point of topic for today. We bumped it off last week because we ran long, and 2 weeks ago because we ran long, and we're running long again now. But we gotta talk about it, man. We gotta talk about it. Let me get the proper logo up. There we. Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Oh, what?
Sorry. I didn't.
I stood
Derek,
up for a
put that
sec.
away. Derek, put that away. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, we should change it. Do we have something like that? I think
I'm
we have
sad they didn't, have that. Like, the OG one is just so good, man. Yeah.
They had like a bit of a remix at the end, right?
Yeah, it's a little remix. Like the first start of it, you're like, oh damn, something happening.
Oh man. So we got Mortal Kombat, Derek.
Yes.
They kind of gave us a little flippy flop with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, didn't they?
They definitely pull you into Scorpion's corner.
Which
very
is
beginning.
for I really thought I don't know. I don't know too much about Mortal Kombat lore, but I really thought Sub-Zero, or at least one of the Sub-Zeros, was supposed to be the sympathetic one, not Scorpion.
Yes. And Joe Mike, who actually was very, I don't know if he's still here, but he's very into the lore and he knows about it. And a lot of people have also told me, I guess this Sub-Zero was actually a bad one. Like the name, was his name Bihan, I think?
Yeah, Bihan.
Was like I want to say they said possessed, or it's just a bad one. So maybe there's like future movies where, I mean, I'm the same as you, right? The older movies, he was more of a kind of anti-hero kind of guy too. So
especially the white Sub-Zero.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely surprised getting, obviously that's what this story wants you to be on Scorpion's side. They definitely very, I mean, I think they released the 7-minute intro right before the movie. I didn't watch that because I didn't want to, but
yeah, same.
I mean, definitely wanting you to like love Scorpion more than Sub-Zero. And the actor, man, who plays Scorpion, obviously, man, this guy's in everything.
He is,
right?
Yeah, he's in everything. He was in a Filipino film back in the 80s too.
Damn,
this dude is everywhere. He played Kenji.
I first remember him from Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. And then he was in more recently he was in Avengers. He was in Endgame with he fought Hawkeye.
Oh yeah.
Ronin.
Yeah, he fought Ronin.
Yeah, he did. I think he's in Westworld too, I believe. But he's in a lot of stuff, man.
Yes, he was in Westworld.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Dude, he was Jackie Chan's adopted brother in Rush Hour 3.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Kenji?
He's in a yeah, damn, he's in a lot of stuff. I know this guy, I think in real life, man, he's just like super talented with just martial arts, swordsman skills. Dude, obviously, and like Last Samurai, he was like my favorite character. He was sick.
Francis in the chat saying he got back right in time. He's asking if this movie is a flawless victory or a fatality. And he says he's a Sub-Zero main. So, okay, we'll answer all this.
Yeah.
We're glad Francis made it back. I do want to say, I think everyone on the internet is loving Kano. The Australian actor who played Kano. He was great. He's
hilarious, man.
But you do have your threshold, your diminishing returns, because eventually he gets annoying. But I think it was like just about the right amount of Kano.
Right, dude. Like my favorite part, I tell everybody, like my two favorite lines with him, man, was, excuse my language, chat, but he's like they're trying to figure out where to go, and he's like, "Oh, you want to know? You want to know? All right, you're gonna pen, write it down, get fucked." I was like, Jesus, man, this guy just like. And when Liu Kang touched his shoulder, he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, I was like, "Damn, dude." And this actor actually is like, I am kind of shameless to say this, but he's actually on TikTok a lot.
Oh wow!
And he's like a big teddy bear, man. He's such a sweetheart.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just, dude. Oh man, yeah, definitely they'll agree. I know a lot of the fan base. I have seen them saying that he carries this whole movie. A lot of people say that. It definitely was really funny. Definitely the comic relief of the movie.
Yeah.
100%.
I enjoyed him. Like we talked about, Derek, you and I were chatting about this, I think, with Wancho. It's a movie like Godzilla where you don't look too much into it.
Yeah. That's you said it perfectly, man. Like, you guys, you're watching this movie for the fights. It's the same as Godzilla vs. King Kong. You don't watch it for the story, man. Yeah. Just turn your brain off.
Turn your brain off.
Turn it off, and you'll enjoy it. And that's how I feel about it. Like that's it, man. And a lot of things I wish they did differently, but I mean, it was cool, man. Like, just hearing the little nods of the game got me. I'm like, oh man, that was good. I'm like, yeah.
It's so cheesy though, where they're like, oh, flawless victory.
Right. It is, but you're just like, man, that's Mortal Kombat right there, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Francis said, it's fan service. It really is. And I'm fine with that, honestly. And I was okay with it. And I enjoyed the movie a lot. So
yeah, they made Kung Lao look like a total badass while
they did.
Again, a lot of spoilers here, guys. They made him look like a total badass while also managing to get him just wrecked by Shang Tsung, because that's kind of his destiny, I guess, in all of these mediums. Raiden, I'm glad that they went with an Asian actor. I know in the web series they kind of explained that Raiden chooses mortal forms, and that's why, like, at one point he was a white dude. I feel like they wasted their star actor here with Cole.
Yeah,
there could have been a little more. They played too much on the whole MMA thing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I will agree that I didn't really like his character too much. I mean, I get it, like, for the story, you know, he's the bloodline, and I mean, at least he wasn't like one of those characters, like, if he wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't make sense, because obviously he was there for, you know, Scorpion coming back, and he needed to get his Arcana. See, the Arcana thing, I know that's new. That didn't really bother me too much. That was fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't really like his, like,
his golden bodysuit.
Right. I just thought that was kind of like, that's really, like, okay,
like,
sure.
That's what we were waiting for. I really thought, like,
right.
he'd get, like, the Scorpion suit.
No, right. And my thing was, I thought, like, the spirit of Scorpion was gonna, like, go within him.
Yeah, something Scorpion. Like that. Or
that would be cool.
They even hinted that, oh, the blade of I forgot Scorpion's name.
Right, like the kunai. Right? They gave it to him.
Yeah, I thought, like, oh, he'll have it, like, coming out of his hand. That's his thing.
Right.
Like, but he just got, like, a baton and a side
very
blade.
Sharp. Yeah, baton sword. I was a little sad. I wanted to see Goro do something, but oh well.
Goro always gets wrecked in these. I don't
right?
get why.
Like, I'm like, man, you gotta see Goro do something kind of cool. Nope.
No, he's
he looks great.
He looks great.
He looks fantastic. Yeah.
They have a term for this on TV shows. It stems from Star Trek, where you get the baddest ass and he gets his butt kicked because it shows that whoever's kicking his butt is way scarier. It's called getting Worfed, because Worf from Star Trek is supposed to be like the big scary Klingon, but he always
I think I remember that. Is that the one where Captain Kirk was just like fight? Is that that fight?
No. It's
okay.
But,
okay.
Captain Kirk, you're talking about, like, the big lizard fight, though. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's just like kicking it and stuff. That was funny.
Judo chop. But yeah, so there were some really cool scenes here. Jax getting his arms. All right.
Right, like I thought that was kind of like, see, it's the brain off thing. Like, he lifted a rock and he got his. You know, it's like, okay, but you know, like, sure, he gets his arms. That's cool. Sure, why not? That's how he gets it.
I don't get how Arcana works, man.
Exactly, right? Like, my dude Cole is getting, like, literally the shit beat out of him, dude. Like, almost dying. Nope. Sorry, buddy. You don't get it.
Oh, man.
Let me lift this rock real quick. Got it. Yeah. Got it.
Gosh.
I would have loved to see Raiden fight, though, sadly.
Yeah.
Well, the only one gripe I had about this story was that, like, you know, they couldn't mess with the people, right? That was the gods thing. Yeah. But then you have, what's his name, kill Kung Lao. I'm like, wait, I thought you couldn't.
Yeah, isn't that crossing the line?
Right. Like, he literally just killed this guy.
What are the consequences? I don't understand.
He pissed. I mean, I know Kung Lao's badass, man. Like, he just killed your girl like that, but that was sick, though. Yeah, we'll say that was
really cool. Badass with the spinning.
Yeah, and he says fatality. Oh, man.
And
no, false victory. Oh, God, yeah. They did his character well, man. Like I said, the characters look great, and the effects.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very good.
The effects were, you're right. The effects were great. Very believable on this level. Francis is saying we don't miss Christopher Lambert, the original Raiden actor. Dude, I loved Christopher Lambert. His grainy, subtle Raiden voice. I miss that.
He's in a lot of movies though too, right? He's in Fast and Furious 2, right? Isn't he like one of the cops?
Is he?
I think he is. Let me see here. I think he's like in Fast 2. He's like the cop that works with
what?
Mia. Is he? He is, right?
Is he? Because I want to go so check that.
Hold on. Let me see here. Christopher Lambert.
He didn't talk like this.
Oh no, sorry, not Christopher Lambert. No, I'm thinking of the other. Wait, who am I thinking of then as Raiden? It wasn't. I thought he was Raiden too, unless I'm thinking about something else. No. I'll look up the actor's name, but
yeah, go for it. But
think
yeah,
of somebody else completely.
I do love me some Christopher Lambert. Let me bring up his photo for the people who don't know who we're talking about. Bang! This guy, this guy right here. I liked him. Him and the original Shang Tsung, Johnny Tsunami's grandpa. I'm forgetting his name.
Yes. Was he Shao? No. I forget. Yeah. You're talking about.
Yeah. Johnny Tsunami grandpa. Freaking what's his name? What's his name? Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. Amazing as Shang Tsung. Let me bring up his photo too, because you got to. Like the way he would say, "Your soul is mine." This dude was so cool. Hold on. I'm sorry for the audio listeners. Just gotta bring it up. This dude was quintessential, and 100% part of what made the original Mortal Kombat movies the best.
I got confused. I got confused. He was in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The guy I was thinking of. He was Raiden.
Okay.
He was Raiden there. It's James Remar.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking of. That was he was in Fast, but he was Raiden in the other ones
okay.
too. So I was like, oh. But
Francis says, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa still has his image and likeness used in the Mortal Kombat games, as it should be, dude. This dude was so good. If anyone carried the first movies, it was Raiden and this guy. Just so freaking good.
Yeah.
Man, he was jacked too. Like, kind of cracked my voice, but
even Liu Kang, man, dude. I know Liu Kang, the actor there. That's the guy from Beverly Hills Ninja, man.
Yes.
Haru's freaking his brother, man.
Haru's brother. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Now I want to watch Beverly Hills Ninja again.
I know, dude. It's such a good movie, man.
Oh
Haru.
What was his name?
I am Haru
Obey.
from the Taka Courage. Obey. Obey.
Dude.
Brother, I'm sorry.
He Chris Farley kind of goes to their Cloud City spirit realm, and Gobei's just there.
Dude.
He's so freaking funny.
He's like just going crazy.
Oh,
I am Haru from the Takakura Dojo. Yeah, dude, I love that movie. It's so
that
good.
should be in one of our movie nights, Beverly.
Dude,
Hills
yes,
Ninja.
dude. Like one of my favorite scenes is he's leaving his shoes. He's taking his shoes off. He's like, "Where are my shoes?" Because people keep sweeping it off the street, right? Because he keeps taking it off. Like, where are my shoes? Who is stealing my shoes?
Yes,
yeah, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, man. Great one, man.
Dude,
good guy.
Adam
He's
Sandler's
so funny,
tribute
man.
to him on SNL.
Oh, dude,
on his,
that was
comedy special.
Yeah, that was so touching, man. That brought tears for sure too.
That's crazy. All right. Oh man. Okay, Derek, let's go back to Mortal Kombat real quick.
Yes.
I forgot we were talking about Mortal Kombat.
We went from Raiden. Yeah. So yes, this scene though. Oh my God. Yes. Everything I wanted in this fight. So nice to hear too. Like you knew. Once you saw him behind, or you see the hook go through his chest, and the music plays, you're like, oh, damn, what's happening?
Oh, and then he says, "Go over here." Oh,
right.
Gosh, so good.
I do like the memes though, right? Like, spent eternity in hell, only learned to get over here in English, but can't say anything else. Like he's talking to his bloodline. And he's like, the guy's like, all right, yep,
yeah, like
gotcha.
If anything, how would Cole know Japanese? Like, it's never established that he lived anywhere except for America, and there's no precedent for him to learn Japanese. Oh my god!
But yeah, that fight scene was sick though, man. That was really cool.
Oh, so good, so good. I think if I was gonna nitpick, I wish it was either just Cole versus Sub-Zero or Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. The fact that they kind of had to double team him felt like
made him more powerful than he really was, right?
Yeah. Like
I agree.
I
did like though the Sub-Zero when he did the roll and the ice clone. Oh my god, that was sick, man. That was so cool. I was like, oh, dude, that's dope.
And it was
that's
so sleek. Like it wasn't like telegraphed.
Yeah.
It was just like he rolled back and he smashed glass. It was ice.
It was like right here, actually, like this part right here, exactly.
Before I cut away.
Yep, right here. He's gonna jump in, and there's gonna be a little ice clone.
Oh, so
so
smooth.
sick, yeah.
So
man,
smooth. I love
so
that.
awesome.
All right, yeah. The family subplot also kind of made no sense because Cole left them to fight, but he kind of just left them exposed as well to to get murdered. So, it's just so funny. Overall, dude, it's a fun popcorn flick. I don't know if did you see the YouTube series that kind of made this happen?
I didn't actually, but I do remember the was it, you said Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, I do remember
French,
the YouTube
right?
series. I do remember it coming out. I didn't watch it, but I did hear about it. I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, it was a little more realistic. Like, I think their take on it was that the tournament was happening on Earth, so like the contestants would get like teleported to the human, like the Earthlings' like wherever they were at that time.
Right.
So, let me see if I can find it. It's a little more realistic, but
right. Dude, honestly, if I have any suggestions, because I mean, obviously, it seems like they're possibly going to make some more movies. I would like. I mean, it'd be a lot easier if they just really did a tournament and had them fight.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things. That was kind of like, what, really?
It's like so easy to set that up. Like, I honestly thought at the end that was going to happen. I'm like, that would have been great.
Yeah,
why not?
100%.
It kind of made them look like little babies. Like, they didn't want to fight the tournament, so they tried to kill them before. It was kind of like, really? Like,
I mean, that's really Shang Tsung, right? Again, people at home, apologies for the language. This is really a pussy move.
It really was. Like, they talked so much crap about how weak they were. Like, okay, then just wait for the tournament,
right?
Like, and fight them. Like, but you go and kill them before. It's just like, okay, sure.
It was really dumb, but
it really was. Like, just let the tournament, let them fight.
Brain off. You know, it's
next movie. Yeah, I can turn the brain off. Hopefully, the next movie just do a tournament and just let it happen, dude. Like,
yes. I'm gonna flash on screen real quick. The web series that kind of made all this happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Really, really good.
I've seen this guy. This guy's been in a lot of stuff too. This actor.
Yeah. This web series is so freaking good. It gives you the Sub-Zero Scorpion conflict in a different way. And it's called Mortal Kombat Legacy, and there's a whole huge playlist of these
Legacy. I remember that
fights. And it was around the time that they even had that Street Fighter web series. So yeah, this is a little more grounded, a little more realistic, but it still had like their powers and everything.
Right.
But yeah, they had to work with the restrictions of a web series.
Budget,
and
right.
It was really cool. I still feel like this could have been a better route, a more grounded route. Because
if Cobra Kai could do it, they could do it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cobra Kai started from YouTube, so yeah. And
there's even like a whole Johnny Cage thing as well. I think my favorite in this web series, let me try and pull it up.
Yeah.
They didn't even show Raiden fight, but they had a whole episode on him. And
that's cool.
The cool thing of this is they kind of portrayed Raiden as someone in a psych ward, and you don't know if he's just insane or not until the end. Because
I like that.
Because what happens is, he's a white dude here. So what happens is, he tries to convince people that if he dies, he kind of like gets freed from his mortal coil, and he becomes a god again. Because when he's in his mortal form, he's just mortal.
Right.
So that's kind of like the whole build up to it, is he tries to kind of off himself to get back to helping Earth. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really cerebral. So I I kind of wish this was more of the route they went with. But, you know, we got what we
Right.
got. And this is still up on the internet if you guys want to watch it. There's a Jax, Kano, Sonya Blade story as well, if they're your favorites from the series. So, yeah, check it out. It's really good. Francis Francis says Street Fighter Red Tape by Pete Holmes. That is also friggin' hilarious.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen that yet.
That is. Oh man.
But yeah, Derek,
Yeah.
enough about the web series that we'll be watching later on together. Let's talk about the movie that we actually did watch. And let's give it a rating, man.
All right.
It wasn't unwatchable, and it was actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah, I actually watched it twice too. So.
Oh, excellent, dude.
My dad didn't see it, and I was like, I'll watch it again. Sure.
Yeah. That's great. So overall, dude, it's time for us to give our ratings. So out of
10 fatalities.
Out of 10 fatalities, how many would you give this?
I'll give it a 7.
Oh.
Give it a 7.
Okay.
Not, you know, just because it's, brain off, but it was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
The fight scenes were good. I liked watching the fight scenes. It was cool. I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
That's 7 for me.
As a fan of cinema, I would have given this a 6. As someone who's played the Mortal Kombat games, I would also give this a 7, like you have. So I think it's only fair that I give it like a middle ground. Someone as Herald, not as cinema critique extraordinaire.
Right.
Herald Silvestre.
Right.
As someone who just wanted to watch a fun popcorn flick, I would go somewhere in the middle. I'd give this a 6.5.
Right.
It's enjoyable on a lot of levels. Like we said, you just gotta turn your brain off.
Yeah.
And enjoy the visuals.
I mean, honestly, guys, and this is also why I pushed to HBO Max, as opposed to paying what you would have paid to watch this in a theater, you could have had it for free for the subscription monthly. This kind of falls in the same category as Godzilla, with you were there to watch the fight, right? So, and yeah, I mean, it was much more worth it. Like, I know my friends who went to actually watch it in the theaters didn't like it more because they paid to watch it. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, it's HBO Max. It's free. A lot of movies are still coming out, so it's just worth it in general. But yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, it's a fun watch, especially if you're a fan. 100%. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, go watch this. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun run.
Oh yeah.
And they tease a lot of things. They set up a lot of things like Reptile. They set up Johnny Cage.
Yep.
So yeah, just check it out. I think
Cabal.
They did set up a little more Goro and Sub-Zero, because they kind of get swept back into the smoke that Shang Tsung uses to teleport people in. So yeah, check it out, guys. It's a fun watch, and if you're a fan of the Mortal Kombat series, if you played at least one game, you'll get a lot from this. So
yeah.
To me, Derek, it was toasty.
Toasty. I was hoping they said that once, but they didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Sad.
They have to save some for the next movie. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, and check out Mortal Kombat Legacy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Francis said, like I say all the time, the bar for video game movie adaptations are very low, so you can only really go up. I agree.
Amen.
I agree. Everyone at home, do you guys have a rating for Mortal Kombat, the movie? Francis, do you have one? And
that was a flawless statement, Francis.
Oh.
Francis did give it a rating. He said he gives it 6 Babelites, I think he said, right there. Wait, is that right?
Oh, no. Babalities.
Babality, yeah,
Forgot about that fatality. They just turned into
Babalities. That's what it is.
So dumb. All right. 6. Okay, good stuff.
Yeah,
good
around the
stuff.
same as us. Yeah, exactly, same.
Everyone at home, if you guys have a rating for Invincible, if you guys have a rating for the first few episodes of The Bad Batch,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. If you just came in, or if you're listening to this afterwards, message us on the Discord. Let us know what you think. Tweet us at QuitStallingUs, or message us on Facebook. We want to know. Instagram. Let us know. Let us know what you guys thought, or in the comments below if you're watching YouTube. Yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube and you got this far, good stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Derek, I think that is it. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I think we got through it all.
Yeah,
we got through it all.
It was tough. It was a grind, but we got there. The
big 2 weeks. We were gone last week, but we kind of crunched it, but we got it all. That's good.
Oh, for sure, we nailed it. Just like
we did a flawless victory, right?
Just like Scorpion nailed Sub-Zero right in the arm there.
Yeah, right in the arm.
Francis says, "Yeah, watch Street Fighter Red Tape on YouTube. Best stuff."
Best stuff indeed.
Ooh, Derek BMO giving Mortal Kombat 5 kapows out of 10.
5 kapows. I like that.
I like it. 5 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad. Again, not for everyone, but also popcorn flick.
Popcorn flick for sure.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, guys. Thank you.
Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. I wanted to make sure we nailed all our points. We gotta head out now at this point. If you guys haven't yet, check out Game Bite, our other podcast. Yes. We're on hiatus for another, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. But you can check out all the previous episodes here on twitch.tv/quitstalling, on YouTube, youtube.com/quitstalling, or just type Game Bite on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That's GAMEBYTE. And check out me, Diego Zulwaga, Mick de Guzman, Elgin Cuffle, and Miko P, as we talk about video games, video games. And that's about it. If you guys want to check out more Geekcast and more Quitstalling, facebook.com/quitstallingus, Twitter @quitstallingus, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram @quitstalling. We want to thank all our followers, like the Nordic Bear, Wolf Girl Baby, Main Snack, DJB_remix, Rayal669, Mecha Mika, Guess Me Now, Heather Hayes 95, G Swareezy, and Jimmy_GQ007. Derek, how about our subscribers? Let's give them a little shout out.
Hell yeah. Now at number 1. With the Babality. I was kidding. The Fatality Francis at 31 subs. Thank you, Francis. We appreciate you, man. Human Panda not far behind at 29 at number 2. And of course, the lovely BMO King of Fu at 28 subs. Going down the list, we got Miko P, Nerf Diva, Sensei Humor, Notorious KGM, InstaDZ, Nope_plays, Ion Hammer Stream, Weesa Is, Neo Gear, Bodie Knight, Zil Fox, Denunci, The Fury Bot, King Tiger 105, Numali, Zevi Buns, and last but definitely not the least, it's Mark Lester B. And of course, guys, appreciate everybody just hanging out and chat with us. Those who watch the podcast and listen to it offline too. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you, and continue to let us know your thoughts. Sometimes we post stuff on the Discord, like when I was giving away one of the early access codes to the Love, Death, and Robots premiere yesterday. So, just chat us up there. Let us know what you want to watch on Movie Night when we have it return, and so much more. So much more. Let's talk about Dungeons and Daddies, Derek. Because why not? Such a good podcast.
Probably going to listen to that before I go to bed.
Why, dude? I'm on episode. What episode is the most recent one? I'm just about to finish episode 57.
Jeez, I'm a long way, but I'm getting there.
Dude, it was so worth it. Or something. Every step.
Oh no, yeah. I'm gonna take every night. I'm gonna take it every time I listen to it. It's so good, man.
Dungeons and Daddies, guys. All right, Derek. Where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quitstalling Geekcast?
You guys can find me entertaining my grasshoppers at Sensei Humor on Twitch. I do stream pretty much every day. I usually take about a day off, but you guys find me there playing games like Phasmophobia, Pokemon Snap to see the most recent game. I play a lot of stuff, guys, and maybe soon you'll see some Overwatch. Harold Curious, a little bit on there. But yeah, other than that, guys, Sensei Humor for my Instagram, YouTube as well. For Twitter, it's Sensei Humor _. Would appreciate the follow. But of course, other than me, where can we find our amazing host Harold at?
You guys can check me working out and breaking a sweat at Herald Plays on Instagram. And sometimes I post my thoughts on Twitter, also at Herald Plays. You can catch me on Gamebite when it returns on Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Manila, 6:30 a.m. Pacific on Wednesdays still. And we're still working on stuff like the project that me and DZ are grinding away on, and so much more. So pay attention to that and on all the Quit Stalling social media. And sometimes you'll see me pop in a Sensei stream and say, "Hey, girlfriend." So,
hey, girlfriend.
Just pay attention. Just pay attention there. And
oh yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait. Derek,
yes,
sign us off, buddy, because it's been such
guys.
a pleasure to do today's episode.
I got this. Yes, guys. Thank you all for joining. We appreciate you all. Have a lovely weekend, lovely night, lovely day. But you know us. We'll be here. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, get off your butts and get over here. See you next time, guys.
Very talented.